If you don't laugh, you cry here at Chelsea Football Club. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Casually FC channel. Welcome to the stream, which is the match reaction to Everton 2, Chelsea 0. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm accompanied by the panel, the lovely panel of Ahmed, Chris, Winter Surfer, Will, Oliver, and Scott. Big panel for you guys today. Big discussions to be had about multiple things and multiple parts of today's game. But before we go ahead and do that, ladies and gents, as always, be sure to smash up the like buttons. Let's get that like tally up higher than you've ever seen it before. More than you can believe. All right. Let's get that like tally as high as possible. Also, be sure to smash the subscribe button, because if you're here and you've been here, then you probably like the content. And if you like the content, be sure to smash so that you get a direct feed of the content constantly, continuously, auspiciously, consistently, unlike Chelsea, to your feed, so that you can help us out and growing. But the content gets speedily delivered to you. Be sure to hit also the bell notification so you're notified whenever we do go live. Check out the links in the description for everyone's content, including Sarcasm City, Ahmeds Channel, my link tree, Discord, Twitter, all that fun stuff. Comment down below, let us know your thoughts on today's game, and big up to all our members that are currently in the chat already. And if you are enjoying the emojis, then by all means let us know by using those emojis in the chat today. Ladies and gents, as always, let me start off this review by a quick summary of the game. First half, we didn't look so hot. We had some chances, as always, with Chelsea. Just don't put them away. Most of our chances were actually just Cole Palmer shoot it outside the box. Yeah, no, nothing really good to really speak on. We didn't have Pope work too hard. We have 4 shots on goal the whole game. But then the second
you mean
half,
Pickford?
Pickford. What did I say?
Pope.
Pope.
Yeah, Pope's gone.
Wrong English keeper.
I think you were praying to a Pope that we'd score.
Yeah, wrong English keeper. So, second half, it's finally when it starts to capitulate. Decore ends up scoring a goal, and then towards the end, listen, the stats will tell you we had more possession. We weren't doing shit with the possession. So at the end, Lewis Dobbin, stoppage time, scores a second goal, puts it away. And now we're talking about potentially going into relegation for him. Or
let me stop you right now. What you just said made the game sounded interesting. Let me just do this for you right now. Yeah?
Listen, this is going to be what makes the game sound interesting.
Simple game highlights. First half we were shit. Second half we were shit at the end.
Yep. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, Andrew, you start us off, man. Your thoughts on the game, on the shit game.
Well, once again,
and also cheers, Ahmed.
Once again, yeah. Once again, I won't single out a player. They were all shit. The ones who started and the ones who came on. Again, we were worse than, unbelievably, we were worse than against United. At least we cut out some chances there.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's playing Enzo today, because Enzo seems to be a sort of a left hybrid, 8/10. He started Broha. I don't know why he started Broha. I don't know what he's done to start. Let me see, who else did he say? Reece James got injured again. Sell him. Cucurella then he brought on Colwell, left back again. Didn't bring on moved Cucurella to right back. He didn't bring on. He then brings on Maatsen on the 83rd minute to do what? Exactly. What? Why? Play Gallagher in the pivot. Why? And we were worse. We're just worse. We are just worse. This guy has got there's no patterns of play. There's no style. There's no individual brilliance anymore either. Okay? There's nothing. We're not carving out chances now either. We're not carving out enough chances. This whole thing about when he comes out, his comments, I'm not even going to go into his comments because they're all bullshit as well. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel any sympathy for this guy.
We can start with this one.
He's coming and he knows exactly what's going on, right? This whole thing, and I will blame everyone. I'll blame the owners for who they hired, and I'll blame the strategy of signing young players and stuff like that. That's fine. I'll blame the recruiters for who they went after and stuff like that. But this guy knew what he was getting into. And everyone in this squad has got worse under him. I'm going to say this right now, and I didn't even think I'd say this. He's worse than Potter because of the circumstances around he had a summer window and everything like that. You can say all the injuries and stuff like that, but let's get real. Ange Postecoglou's had injuries at Spurs, and you still see a style of play from them. Even today with their injuries, you still see they sliced open Newcastle at will. Okay, and all this, like, you get Unai Emery's now getting the props. He's been there a year now at Villa. Okay, and I don't even think it's about experience anymore, because those players that he had last year, and Steven Gerrard had experience, but performing crap. It's about coaching. That's what it's about. It's all about coaching.
I agree.
Look at Eddie Howe. No one rates Eddie Howe. No one thinks Eddie Howe's an elite coach. But look what he's done in Newcastle in 2 years. Look at some of the players. Look at Joe Linton, who was written off as one of the worst transfers in Premier League history. Look how he's doing right now. He plays Livramento at left back. Fine, but it's just this guy, you know. And I'm not saying get rid of him will solve everything. It won't, because there needs to be a strategy rethink about who we buy and stuff like that. But this guy needs to be held responsible. He needs to take ownership. A team reflects its manager, and if your manager's a pussyhole, the team's a pussyhole. Okay, and that's what he is. He's a pussyhole. That's what he is. He's Tottenham. I hate to say it, man. He comes from the Tottenham energy. That's what he does.
Maybe spill my beer, man.
All this things about him bringing through young players. Yeah, he did it at Southampton, and at a certain degree, he did it with Dele Alli at Spurs. And you can say what you want about he gave Harry Kane his break. But Harry Kane only become the player he was when Jose Mourinho got there. All right? And I'll stand by that, okay? This thing about young players of him is overrated as fuck. Because we're seeing it right now, and they're all getting worse. Because he takes no ownership. By the way, who are his coaches? Who is his defensive coaches and set-piece coaches as well? Because they're shit.
The set-piece one just needs to go,
They
man.
are shit. Absolutely shit. Someone else speak. Go on.
No, I was just building off of that before you go, Scott. Building off of that, it just kind of blows my mind that we have probably the tallest center backs in the league, and we suck at set pieces. But go ahead, Scott.
On the Tottenham thing, by the way, that Tottenham team, I just had a look because I didn't watch the game. That Tottenham team had Ben Davies at centre back, so they were missing their best centre back this season. They had a pivot of Sarr and Bissouma, who last season under Conte did fuck all, and they don't have who I would consider their most important player in Maddison in the team. They also started Richarlison up front, and he scored.
Twice.
He scored 2, actually, I think.
Yep. Twice.
I will say Newcastle are going through a lot of problems right now with injuries. Look at
Who beat us 4-1?
Yeah, they smashed us.
Yeah. I know they
And
smashed
so
us.
Spurs are going through injuries as well.
Yeah. So it's like an injury FC versus injury FC, because like they just lost Pope as well. I don't know how good the new keeper.
You know what? Maybe the whole league suffers with injuries. Maybe it's not just an isolated problem to Chelsea.
But this guy has an average of 7 days in between his games. This week was an aberration. We don't play twice a week. This week's an aberration, yeah? So it's roughly 7 days. I think he went 9 days in between games once this season. I mean, he has 7 days to implement a style of play to take these players on. How come Caicedo looks like crap under De Zerbi looks like a world beater, right? How come the Argentina manager last year in the World Cup, Enzo, and even a bit under Potter, Enzo was looking good, but under Pochettino it doesn't work, you know? It's just honestly, this guy he's all hype. He's all hype, this guy. He should never get a top job again after this.
Yep.
And everyone's going, well, who do you bring in to manage? I don't care. I don't care. Stop using the word elite. You just need to be a good coach. Eddie Howe and Unai Emery and Ange and Silva at Fulham and Gary O'Neill aren't elite managers, are they? But you can see their styles of play imprinted on their squads already. And some of them at the same time that he's had to manage, and there's nothing there whatsoever. The identity is non-existent. It's a pussy old mentality that he's installed right there. It's down to him.
Can I say, like, even just that quote, like, yeah, we may have had a lot of shots, but like I didn't watch the first half, but I saw a little bit of highlights of the first half, I guess, and like only closest chance I thought we had was where Enzo shot just about inside the box. I don't think we had any close chances in that game. We had about 16 shots, and most of them was pop shots. Like, you know, literally, Cole Palmer was literally just shooting from anywhere, like trying to do something.
Actually, now that I think about it, I can actually probably name all the shots we had in the game. The Palmer free kick that went low,
Yeah.
Then the Enzo shot, the Palmer kick that went top bins. That was actually a good save from Pickford. And then there was another one. I'm trying to remember.
Our only,
Probably Mudryk.
bro, the only two shots we had inside the box the whole game was the one Brozier had where Mudryk smashed the ball in at like 100 miles an hour and he got it wide, and then the Jackson one like about 80 minutes in where he chests it and tries to shoot and it gets like he didn't really get a clean connection on it. Those are the only two shots I can remember us having in the box.
We didn't like, by the looks of it, we did not deserve to win today. Like,
Not at all.
like the chances of what Everton had was way clear of what Chelsea had.
Pochettino thinks though, Chris. You see the press conference.
The thing is, Poch isn't helping himself with the interviews, the style of play he's playing. Even like I couldn't even tell, like Andrew said, I couldn't even tell where Enzo was playing. I was asking, is he playing as an 8 or is he playing as a 10? Because he was like between the two.
We've had a problem in the last few games, especially with a lack of passing options in midfield. Each one of our midfielders seems to get isolated, and it makes our build-up so ineffective and shit, to be completely honest. It's so predictable. It's embarrassing.
It's not even just that. It's like the whole team today looks like they haven't played together the whole season, which is wild considering the fact that both centre-backs have played with each other before. In terms of the two fullbacks, they played with both centre-backs this season in multiple games. The midfield has been the goddamn same the whole year apart from suspensions and the fact that Caicedo didn't play the first game or first couple of games. Like, these guys have all played together. The only change that was like a bit out of the ordinary is Brozier, and he still played with these players. How can you have a team halfway through the season near as makes no difference? And they look like they've never played with each other. Like you said, the midfield was horrible. The defense I didn't think was too bad today, despite the fact we conceded 2. That was the one positive you can say out of the game, but it's clutching at straws, to be completely honest with you. Like, the midfield was horrible. There was a point again after Enzo went off where the dude I'm seeing pick the ball up from the fucking defense is Palmer. Why? Why is our 10 the one picking the ball up from the centre backs?
Yeah.
You know what, man?
That's fucking stupid, man. That's ludicrous. And then the front line, again, you've got someone in Palmer who's trying to do the whole thing by himself because there's no support. You've got Brozier who wants to do the same thing as Jackson, and this isn't complaining at Brozier, but have you noticed how both our strikers, I mentioned this when we watched the game in Discord, both our strikers want to run into the channels all the time, and whenever they run into the channels, there's not a single person that's covering the space in the middle that they vacate. So when they get the ball, Brozier picked the ball up about 3 times in the first half, looks up and there's not a single person in the box to pass to. All the time. It's the same all the time. Jackson's had it before. Brozier's now having it. That's not a player problem. That's a fucking system issue. The fact that 2 players are doing this.
I just want to say, personally, Mauricio Pochettino, can you please shut up, bro? I don't want to hear anything, bro. Just move out from me. Like, I think for me, some of the quotes that I had today, just even before we talk about the match, have been, those are sackable offenses, some of the quotes that you said. Literally, for me, but those alone are sackable. Let alone what's happening in the game. Like, I don't know. Obviously, gonna talk about, but like, there was a picture, obviously, of his tactics, bro. We are playing hexagonal football again. You know what I mean? We've gone back to playing the Lampard ball. You know what I mean? We may have lost Lampard, but the Lampard school of thought still exists in this football club. So, it's crazy to me. Like, I don't understand what's happening. And I think, obviously, you brought up the point, Scott, about, obviously the striker thing, like how they play in channel. But if they play in the channel, okay, that's fine. But no one's even covering their space.
Like I said, no one covers the space. Like,
yeah, so, like, obviously,
because he's playing deep lying midfielders in the number 10.
And then for me, Enzo 10 again. Gallagher in the pivot again, like, this shit doesn't work. So why are you?
Ahmed, you know what's stupid about this? But the thing, do you know what's stupid about this, right? Forget personnel for a second, because we saw, go back like 2 international breaks ago, and Enzo lived for Argentina doing that in terms of they played a ball down out wide into the channel. I don't know who it was that got on the end of it. It might have been the striker. They whipped the ball across, and Enzo scores a tap in the 6-yard box. Because he's crashing the box late. So Enzo can do that if you ask him to do it. But you're clearly not fucking asking him to do it because he's not doing it. Gallagher kept scoring goals at Palace doing the same goddamn thing, crashing the box late. And he's not doing it now. So those are 2 players who they can do that if you ask them to. Palmer can do that if you ask him to do that. And Nkunku, when he comes back, can do that if you ask him to. He's clearly not asking anyone to do that, and if he is, the message isn't getting across.
Real quick before we continue, big up to Go AM for the $4.99 super chat. I really appreciate it, my friend. Longtime supporter of the channel. Big up to you. J5, sorry son, Mason Milner, Fat Frank's son, Galadog, Poch's son.
Oh, don't get me
Yes,
started.
Poch's pet.
The
Poch's
glue, by
pet.
the way. By the way, this was a guy who we missed in the United game, the glue. Bro, there was a moment in the first half. Bro, there was a moment in the first half. This dude didn't press effectively. He just stepped up to go and close down a midfielder. Didn't do it at all. So the midfielder passed it to someone else. That midfielder he passed it to the forward, and immediately our midfielder been cut through.
Best
It took two
midfield player. Our best midfield player.
And then looking at the first goal as well, the one time we need this guy to make a foul, what's he doing?
Also, it's the point of this now. The owners everyone takes blame and stuff like that. When it comes to Poch, people going, oh, he's only working with the tools he has.
He's more tools here than at Spurs.
2 months. Speaking for 2 months. Speaking to them for 2 months, bro.
5 months he's been working with these tools, and I'm not seeing any improvement whatsoever. Right? And these are some of them
I'm
are
not
good
having
tools.
that
Some of them
argument.
have question marks over them, no problem. But some of them are good tools. But it's just the basics. The basics that they're doing. When I see other teams and other players, when you look on paper, shouldn't be that well, are just doing the basics. He can't get them to do the basics. And when it comes, you've got a problem. Your team reflects you. You are not going to do anything with this because I don't think he can do anything. I think the pressure's too much for him. I don't think he wants to be at a big club because he doesn't expect his time at Spurs. It was all you get praised for playing good football and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. He's just a.
Can I just say quickly? This guy was interviewing with them for teammates. He knew the plan going in. He knew the players that were coming. It's inexcusable, for me, that we can just say, oh, but they're not helping Pochettino out because they told him what was coming, and he said, yes, mate, I'll take it. Thank you very much. Where's the dotted line? And then he started doing what he's doing now. And again, it comes back. Go ahead, bro.
On that point as well, because what I'll add to that is you can even argue as well, the guys we brought in the summer, so the guys that you could say he didn't know were going to be here, have arguably been our best players this season. In Palmer, Disassi, even Sanchez, who's made mistakes, he's fucking saved us in games, and I don't rate him, but he saved us. And then, who else? Caicedo. Even though Caicedo hasn't been brilliant, he's probably the one you could say probably hasn't been one of our better players, but we bought him for a reason. So all of those 4 players we bought, and then you've got, fair enough, Jackson's the only other one that you could say as well. But those 4 that we bought have all improved the squad. And everyone else, like Mudryk, you already knew was here. You knew you should have known how to work with him. Enzo the same, Gallagher the same. Who else? Kukurea the same, Badiashile the same. All these other players were already here.
And I'll say this again. You can criticise looking at the billion spent. It's not been on the first team stuff and all that. But I'm sorry, there's still enough in this squad to be better than 12th. Do you know what I mean? I'm just sorry. I'm just not accepting that. You can blame the owners for a lot of things. That's fine, and their strategy and stuff like that. But remember, they're not the ones scouting players like Madueke and all these fucking Brazilians that we're linked to. It's the fucking Winstanleys and Stewarts who are doing it, okay? Like Barley is not going out to Brazil to watch Brazilian fucking under-18s league, okay? If you believe that, you're a fucking idiot.
Under-16s, man.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. The strategy of buying younger players, it needs to be looked at. It definitely needs to be looked at. But, please, there's enough in this squad to be better than 12. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to take that all on the owners. The owners don't pick fucking Colwell at left back. They put Cucurella at right back. They put Enzo as a number 10. Yeah, they don't put they don't put change the centre back partnership every single game that he plays. You know what I mean? They don't. And by the way, is the ownership responsible for all these injuries that are happening in training, or is that the manager and his coaching staff to begin with? Yeah,
or even the medical team that they hired.
All these injuries getting apart from today are all in training. They're all in training, apart from the Cuckoo one.
Yeah. Big up to David Oladeli. Thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Which player from Girona do you guys want?
Why does it have to be? Sorry, Matty. Why do they have to get into a Liverpool or Man City team? Why do they have to do that? We're not at their level.
How many of Aston Villa's players get into Liverpool?
Yeah, how many of Aston Villa's get in, mate? How many Newcastle's get in there? How many Spurs get in there?
Honestly,
How many
none
Brighton's
of them
getting
really on paper.
Do you know what I mean? How many?
Martin,
But the problem is, yeah, like
Sorry, before you go, Ahmed, before you go, again, like this is where I think people get a bit misconstrued about where we're coming from. About like me, Andrew, and I assume most of us on the panel. None of us are talking about competing with Liverpool and City. I'm talking about competing with fucking like Fulham. I'm talking about competing with Fulham, who just beat West Ham 5-0 and are gone above us. Yeah. I'm talking about competing for 8th place. I'm not talking about winning league titles. I'm talking about competing for fucking 8th, man. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just trying to ask for anyone after 8th. Anyone after 8th. Can we just beat these guys, please? Anyone after 8th. Can we just please beat them, bro? That's what we're asking for, bro. Literally. But, you know, the point I wanted to make,
I just looked at the
I wanted honestly, we're gonna answer this honestly. You look at our squad, guys. Like, you know, I actually, I think our squad, is good enough to be getting a Europa League spot. You know, our team, probably, if you compare it to Aston Villa, who's in the top 6 or top 7 sort of squadish, you know, you look at Newcastle, those guys, we should be able to be in the mix with them.
Ahmed,
you know what But like, for me, I just don't understand. I don't understand when people say, how can you blame? But the players we have should be more than good enough with the correct system and with the right players to be able to do what we need to get into this.
I agree.
It's a system league.
At Chelsea than at Tottenham.
It's a system league. It's not about having the best of the best. It's a system league.
That's Girona. Girona is a good example of that. Girona have a system, and they have a couple of good young players that they've also brought in as well. That's the thing with Girona. For me, it's the same in the EPL. Aston Villa's team. Look at Aston Villa's team. Look at what's it called, Newcastle's team. Newcastle's easy example. Brighton is another one. They bring in guys from USG. They're bringing guys who are playing college in Japan, and look at what he's doing now. So it's not about where the players coming from and their pedigree. It just matters about the quality and connect the system. That's what it matters.
Ahmed, it's also that across Europe as well with like teams like Nice. I mean, with Farioli, you've got Bayer Leverkusen with Xabi Alonso. Like it's the same thing. There's no excuses to be 12th. And I'm someone that's actually backed Poch more than most people, but I'm fucking sick to death of it. Like, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
Also, we keep saying 12th, by the way. The funniest thing is, if it wasn't for a 10-point ban, we'd be 13th. And if it wasn't for the fact that we're relying on other teams to keep us away from the relegation zone, Everton are 6 points behind us. When it's not an if, it's when Sheffield United beat us next weekend, they'll be 8 points behind us.
I can't believe if Sheffield United beat. I will say this: if Sheffield United,
Chris Wilder needs his first win, Chris.
No, I know, I get that. But I'm saying this: if Sheffield United beat.
Oh well, there you go. He's got momentum now. There you go.
I don't care what he has. What Sheffield United have. If they beat us, like Andrew said, Poch should be sacked on the tunnel. He should be sacked because the thing is, what. Yeah,
Let me just reply quickly to Goem. Goem is saying the ownership have tried 3 managers with no pedigree. Who's the 3 managers that they've had no pedigree? They brought in a guy with pedigree.
We've only tried 2 managers.
We've literally, Pochettino has pedigree. Whether you want to tell me or not,
he's won stuff.
In what he's done and build up play and building stuff and systems and everything, he's got the pedigree there to do, and he's showing it. Why is he not doing that at Chelsea?
It depends what your assessment of pedigree is. If it's trophies, then no, we haven't brought anyone in with pedigree.
No, but I don't think we brought Pochettino in for trophies though.
It is him to basically develop the squad like he did with Tottenham. I think that's what I think it's for.
Well, he's not even doing that.
It's making it worse. It's just making it worse.
And that's the pedigree I'm talking about. Pedigree I'm talking about is a pedigree to build up these young players to become what they need to be. That's why I always fought Pochettino. I know, obviously, I think Graham is talking about trophies. I didn't look at him for trophies because I knew he was.
I'll go again. This is the whole thing as well. Pedigree. What's Eddie Howe's pedigree? Anyone? What's Eddie Howe's pedigree? Keeping Bournemouth up. That's his pedigree.
This is what I talk about.
I was
talk about pedigree as well, because this goes to not just the manager. This goes to other people. I hate this idea of pedigree.
I mean, Arteta.
Pedigree means fuck all. If you're shit at your job, pedigree means fuck all. And if you're good at your job as well, pedigree means fuck all. I mentioned before, look at what Dan Ashworth, who came from Brighton, is doing with Newcastle, the signings they made. Guimaraes, Botman, I think Isak they signed under him as well. Like these kind of guys. He came from Brighton, no pedigree, but still did bits. Like Mitchell, we're all wanting. His pedigree's at Monaco.
Yeah.
Like no one can tell me that's a big team. Yeah, he might have helped build that incredible team, but it's still Monaco. So like this pedigree thing is nonsense. It matters to an extent, but if you're just shit at your job, you're just shit at your job.
By the way, before Scott continues, I will say almost 70 of you guys are watching, but there's only 20 likes, which is worse than Chelsea's conversion rate. So let's go ahead and smash up those likes. It's like wiping your feet at the door. You don't want to get mud in your house, right? So don't get mud in mine. So go ahead, wipe your feet at the door, smash up the likes. I appreciate it. Scott, you were going to continue, or Andrew?
Right?
Go ahead.
Everyone has to get this. They signed a contract that they can't sell a club for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And that was from the former owner who chose them.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to talk about we should have gone for a different ownership? Then you need to ask why Roman Abramovich chose these guys. Okay.
Yep.
That's what you need to do. So before you get over a thing, you need to ask him why he chose them to begin with, and why he insisted on a 10-year contract. Yeah.
I feel like we're going to get to a point.
You're going to get a point of that. You're going to get a point of this. Is like, why did Roman Abramovich choose them? If you didn't like them, then our former owner chose them. Ask him why.
Our choices were bad. Like I think Todd was definitely
no,
was the
no,
best
say
show,
that.
and I still
He
stand by
still
that.
Chose them.
Yeah. But the choices we had, I will say Todd was still the best, and I still stand by that.
I was going to say, Surfer,
Surfer.
I was going to say, I think at this point, the Chelsea fan base would have much rather the Ricketts than these guys.
Oh, no.
Nick Candy, he's proper Chelsea.
See, they say that, they would say that now. They would say that in hindsight and now. Like, they would literally say, like, oh, yeah, Ricketts would do a better job, because it's easier to say that now because how bad we are. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been just the same.
Matty's put Rain Group sold us down the river. Do you really think Abramovich and his lawyers weren't looking over everything when they sold this car?
I was going to say also, who were they working for?
Are you that stuck in a mindset to think that we just went, here you go, like that, and just sold them?
No, they had to do so many background checks because it's, first of all, it's not like Bowley was just going to pay him, here, have, how much was the club worth? 4 trillion, right?
No, billion.
Billion, okay, Jesus Christ, sorry.
4.75.
That's a lot of money. So, yeah, it wasn't like they were just going to get, here's your 4 billion. It's going to be an invested, like, you know, they're going to have a payment structure or whatever. Like, so they had to do a background check on these guys to make sure, like, okay, these guys do make this much money.
They had to check through this. They had to check through a lot of things. Like they had to check like source of funds. They wanted commitments over investment over a given amount of years.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot. I remember we had I remember there was a Saudi group that was looking to buy us, but they didn't have a reliable source of funds, so they didn't.
Yeah.
I also don't think they submitted their final proposal like in time.
That too, yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I think Jim Ratcliffe coming late as well, yeah.
Yeah, I think Daryl's put it like perfectly in terms like I fully understand people criticizing the owners, and as Andrew said, like these owners are not blameless.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course. They fucked up multiple times.
They've hired the manager, right? And they've brought the guys in. I do think most of the guys in terms of the board they've brought in are good or have been a success for certain things based on how I understand how they've worked. For example, I think someone mentioned earlier, Vic or someone else mentioned about Winstanley and Stewart. I don't put a lot of where we're at right now on Stewart based on how I understand what his job is in the
Winstanley.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. A lot of in terms of the signings, as far as I'm aware, a lot of the incomings are to do with Winstanley. The outgoings are Stewart, how I understand it. So I put most of the blame in terms of sporting directors on Winstanley. And he is someone, if you can get someone in like a Paul Mitchell or someone else, I will happily see the back of him because I think when it's come to big transfers as well, he has nearly fucked big transfers. We saw it with Enzo. We saw it with Caicedo, nearly fucked it as well. I think he was involved in the Mudryk one, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. That just felt rash, the Mudryk one.
Especially those two. So I can hear the argument that he should go. I put less on Stewart, again, just based on my understanding of what he does. But yeah, like, I've got no problem with how Joe Shields has done so far. Like, I've got no problem.
He's had to deactivate his Instagram today, by the way. He's probably been getting abuse.
I had no issue with how Vivell was doing his job until he left. But yeah, obviously I put blame on the ownership group because the manager. But at the end of the day, like, we are a better team than 12. We are a better team.
We should be at least like fighting for like top 6 easily. Like this team isn't like that bad. Like
these are good players.
Vic put a message in that Bowley wants his money back. Well, that's not true, is it? Because they can't sell the fucking thing for 10 years and they can't take dividends out of the club. For like 10
I've been
years or
seeing
something
that everywhere, bro.
It's just bullshit.
I've been seeing this everywhere, you know. Like I saw this, I even saw this on like a recent, on like a YouTube video, yeah. But they were saying, for example, oh, maybe he's trying to make a quick money bag over a lot of these young. But while that may be true, but they can't even get the money back now. So what's the point?
Well,
That's
that's
right. It's a long time away.
How this also doesn't work because we've just invested $1 billion into this team.
Yeah, true.
What he would obviously want.
How does that work? So if you invest $1 billion into this team, right? Like how are you expecting to make that back?
I'm not gonna
instantly?
lie, Vic. This is a lot of cap.
I think the owners obviously made
They
mistakes. I
can't
think like
take dividends out of the club. That was part of the contract.
No,
I
they
think,
can't.
Vic, I do. However, I think where I do slightly agree with Vic here. Maybe yes, it is true that they've gone for a much younger player outlook. That I can agree with.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair. Like we
yeah,
can discuss. We can discuss here if that has been the right move. Of course, that's the word. That's what we should be looking at. No, I don't think from a monetary standpoint. We should be looking at the actual where the directive has been, and if it is coming from the top that they're saying young guys only, then that is an issue, of course. That
Also, on this as well, on this point as well, on the wages, we've been asking to like lower our wage budget for so many years. Malang Sarr is still at this football club earning 100 grand a week. He's
120.
still at this football club. Sorry, 120 grand a week. We had Loftus Cheek being injured every other week, chilling on the bench most games on 150 grand a week last season. We had Hudson Odoi chilling on what was it like 120 grand.
He was 120, yeah,
Yeah,
120.
Guys,
Like,
you know what? I want to add.
Hang on, Ahmed. We had Kante chilling at home playing Fortnite while he was injured on 350 grand, 300 grand a week, whatever it was. Lukaku was on 325 grand a week. We needed to bring our wage budget down desperately. Desperately needed to bring our wage budget down.
I also wanted to add, yeah, that next season there is a wage, there's a wage thingy that's coming in, a wage stop, much like in other leagues, yeah, where you can only have 80% now of your revenue go to wages. So
Really?
listen, this is actually like a necessity because it was going to happen from next season onwards, and then it's going to be 70% from 25-26. So we
Can I
know
ask something
win.
after that?
Plus, what ownership doesn't listen? Who cares if they bought us to make money?
We knew that was going to happen.
They're also willing to spend money as well. Now they've got to spend it right, of course. But you know,
Can I ask something, Ahmed? You know, you talk about the wage structure. Does it like affect like clubs like Manchester? Because I look at Manchester United wages.
they can't take dividends till 2032. Vic, it was reported.
Yes.
So
basically,
they have to lower it for all the players. Then you're saying.
essentially, however much money of revenue that you make, only like 80% of that revenue can go to wages, essentially. A maximum
Nice fucked then, aren't they?
Then it's going to be 70%. So that's what I'm saying to you. So that's why, like, you know, that's why this was like a comment that we had to actually even reduce it, whether we liked it or not, because even like under Abramovich, we were making a lot of money, but compared to other big clubs, our revenue isn't, you know, as big. Let's say if we're trying to be as one of the further, right? But like, I just want to actually was another question that I saw on that, which is that, you know, the ownership, talking about how the ownership can take dividends and that stuff. Bro, you do realize that has to probably be reinvested in a decade, because they're not going to be able to they're not going to be able to they have to bring back that money and
Ahmed, also, sorry, I just need to point something out. As well. As a club, right? We were struggling to get a sponsorship deal. In terms of a stadium, we have like a middle of the road stadium, so we don't make a lot of money from revenue from match going fans in terms of what we make on match day. We're currently in 12th, which is considerably lower than what you'd be in like 6th in terms of like winnings. Even if they wanted to take money out of the club, what are they taking out the fucking club? What are they taking out? They've spent $1 billion. Where's the money coming from that they're taking out the club? Let's just use that argument right now. Why would they put us in this position to then try and take money out of the club? Do you understand how stupid that sounds and how backwards that sounds?
Sorry, Safa. Before you, so I know Safa's going to answer this, and I know you want to go for this, Scott. The 1.5 billion is not that money. That money's for Ukraine, if I'm not mistaken. There's no close. There's no close, big man.
either in Ukraine or it's in the fucking British government.
No, it's not.
Like,
No, it's in the British government. That was reported a few weeks ago.
It's in the British government. They still haven't released their funds.
no, that's what I'm saying, Ahmed. It's either in Ukraine or the British government have it.
Yes.
So they don't.
Antonio Rudiger's lockbox.
There is listen. There is a literal in the contract here. I don't know why people think that they can just get money next season onwards. They can't that you can't get taken 10 years. And right now we're making a loss. So where are they getting the money?
Exactly, we've lost European revenue for qualification and TV.
It's just easy because they don't read.
They're pumping in. They literally had to raise money, and I think in this winter, like
they've been taking loans.
Yes, that's what it's called. That's why I said raising money. Like raising money for like 500 million. They're literally like,
guys, come on. We'll rename it Casually FC Stadium. Let's go.
They just raised
We're playing like casuals right now.
Guys, they raised the 500 million in investments. This what's it called, winter period, like this like recently in October, to help to fund other stuff that they need. So
this is the purchase of Club Danish Maldini.
So like there's actually like there's actual stuff that's behind this that people are not realizing. So sometimes I always say, guys, I understand we can be ignorant at times. We don't read the full stuff. But like, don't make these comments. If you haven't done the research, please.
Bro, also, can I ask a question as well? Because another point's kind of been brought up as well. If these men just wanted to take money out of the club, why are they trying to reinvest in a new stadium?
True.
Why are they trying to spend money on a new stadium? Manchester United's owners suck money. Hang on. Manchester United's owners suck money out of the club. That's why their stadium has holes in it. Their toilets and the backroom staff have been the same since Ronaldo left the first time, which was about 14 years ago at this point.
Matty, I just want to reply to Matty quickly. Net worth is how much the club is valued. That is the club's assets, which are players, the actual stadium, stuff like that. And then that's what a net worth is. Net worth does not pay for you, by the way. That's not, what I mean. The net worth does not mean the money you have in the kitty.
Can I say something?
By the way, real quick, Chris, before you go. Real quick, Chris, before you go. Try to say that 3 times fast.
No, it's just Chris, man.
Ladies and gents, I do want to emphasize, this isn't the panel defending Boli and Iqbali. We're just clarifying a lot of misinformation that's going on. Yeah, we 100%. All have a lot of criticisms of Boli and Iqbali and how they've made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, no, of course. They do need to be criticized, and they have been criticized in the past. But what you guys are criticizing them on is not valid. Like, there are plenty of other criticisms, but this idea that they're trying to make money after spending $1 billion already in contracts in the club and trying to put money into a stadium, it's just a foolish idea that you're being fed down your throat, which also pause. So stop that. Like, actually have valid criticism. Chris wanted to go, and then
I was going to say, I think we're finished as a fan base and the club, because we're literally talking about finance and all this spending. But like, obviously with, what's it called? With Todd Bowley in the first season, I will say with Todd Bowley and all that, I think they did do a mistake, obviously spending like 600 million in the first summer, and obviously a lot of it didn't pay out. But this summer alone, I think with players, we've actually spent wisely and obviously sold a lot of deadwood this season. I think it's just like with the management, and maybe this team does need a bit of time, but obviously where we are at 12, it's down to the manager as well, of course. But it's not just on the owners for me.
Also,
I just looked at Andrew.
I'm going to try and move forward. Some of the comments I'm reading on the ownership are fucking stupid, and like I just want to talk.
Guys, stop getting your news and resource from minerals, please. I beg.
This is it's not even that. It's not that. Just use some common sense, please, man. For this.
Yes. Think for yourselves.
On what Alexis asked earlier, by the way, Alexis, I'm going to be 100% honest. We should, unless you can get Osimhen, or you want to go back in for Tony, I'm not buying anyone in January.
You're not buying anyone.
I thought you were going to give him the idea of giving them
my personal opinion.
What does this team
buy anyone? Don't buy anyone. Don't buy anyone.
I think we're just playing cuckoo up top at this point.
Don't buy anyone.
No, but even that, right? Unless if you can get Osimhen in January, go for him. Or if you decide to go for Caicedo, like go for him.
I'll take a Tony.
Tony, go for him.
Yeah.
And apart from those two, I'm not buying anyone in January.
Like I always ask this question, the guys that people claiming for, the elites of the elites, they're not available on the market, and they're gonna cost you in this day and age with the transfer market 120, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, you name it onwards. All right, so it's not possible. Like, right?
I tell a lie. Danish has brought up a good point. the only player I'd consider buying, just because we fucking need one at this point, is a left back. If he, as he says, if he potentially doesn't rate in Kukurea, and Chilwell was just done at this point, that's the one position I'd potentially buy in January as a left back, just so this frigging Colwell thing stops.
Poch still play Colwell at the back.
That's the only position.
Metal face, respectfully, I'm not going to use that R word in it, but I just don't. How are we that? I want to know for me, because is the ownership doing what is happening on the pitch, big man? Are they setting up the team the way it is? Are they telling them to set away? Come on, bro. It's not the owners, man. Use your head, bro. Okay, please, bro. Please, respectfully. Okay, the reason why you're in you can blame the owners, You can blame the ownership, Metalface, bro. If for the younger player approach, and if you don't like that, I can understand that, and I can agree with you, and we can discuss here where we can go from there. But I cannot, on the pitch, they're not telling, Pochettino, Poch, I want Colwell back. You know what I'm saying? I want back the shoulder thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Enzo take number 10. They're not.
Change the centre back every time. Or you play Gallagher in a pivot. I want to play Enzo as a 10 or off to the left. Yeah. It's Todd Bowley doing that, right, guys? You fucking idiots. Jesus Christ.
Danish. I think Danish.
Labour for hiring and buying players, no problem. But please do not give this guy a chance.
Oh, look,
trains the players, coaches the players, does the tactics, picks the team. Okay, it's him and him alone. All right. Stop this protectionism.
Have I spoken about?
Because you don't like the owners.
No. 1 second. Have I spoken about West Stanley? Yeah, that's not. I'm not defending. Have I defended West Stanley on this here, guys? No. I'm talking about Bowley and Igbali specifically. I'm not talking about West Stanley and Stewart right now. I've not mentioned that. I've said this before. West Stanley should really well and truly. You know what I mean? That's the guy you should be looking at. Yes, West Stanley. But from an ownership approach, if you are going to criticize them, it is well and truly about the younger player approach. West Stanley should really be criticized for bringing the managers and the shortlist and discussing the stuff with them. That's how you should do it.
David Jameson has got David Jameson's comment here is the best question of the night.
Exactly. He should be sacked.
He's right.
And this is where the criticism comes in.
That's where
this is where the criticism comes in, because I think they're not sacking him to save face, and that's disgraceful on the owners.
They did that last season. I disagree. They did that last season.
They held out for a while, Scott. Actually, Scott, before you go, because you know what I was thinking on Discord? I started to come to the consensus now, like, what if the owners actually think, okay, we made a mistake in the summer window. There's still some holes that Poch needs. Let's give Poch the January transfer window, see if he can fix them. And then they're going to give him the January transfer window, and they're going to see that nothing gets fixed.
The comments are sackable offences. His Poch comments sackable offence, which Stanley should really be. With Stanley, if we are to believe with Stanley.
Oh, speaking of transfers, hold on, I forgot to put up this comment. Sorry, guys.
If we are to believe the stuff that with Stanley has done, with the Caicedo fumble, the other stuff fumbles and everything like that, he should have been sacked already with Stanley. The thing with Stewart, the only thing we know about him is outgoings, so I can't really I don't know what to say to him. The only thing you can probably blame him for is the manager shortlist, which I think is a fair thing to blame him for.
If the loans come under outgoings, then you can blame him for that.
Yeah, exactly. You could probably blame him for fucking Andre Santos' career and Charlie Webster, who's the other guy that he sent out on Diego Moreira as well. So you can flip and blame him 110% for that. You can blame the ownership for just saying let's go young. You know what I mean? Okay, that's crazy.
Oh yeah,
that was crazy. Let's just go for young players. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go for young players. Right? What I'm saying, and choosing Pochettino and not sacking him as quickly as they should have. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way that all the blame goes.
And this new thing about this new term, yes man. Apart from Jose Mourinho, every single manager Roman Abramovich hired was a yes man. Okay, and all those he hired to run the club as well are yes men as well. All right, they're all yes men, apart from Jose. The only manager in the league who's not a yes man is Pep Guardiola. Even Klopp's a yes man at Liverpool because he accepts signings like Endo in his midfield.
Not even that, Andrew. He came out and made a comment recently about transfers, and it was something like I can't remember what it was, but he made a comment about transfers basically saying,
I'm not saying I want more players or I want less players.
Ahmed, let Scott finish.
No, I just read the quote.
I wasn't finished. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and the thing is, Conte wasn't a yes man. That's why Conte wasn't a yes man. That's why he is now currently without a job.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing I want to add because
Is the
go ahead,
comment
Will.
we're going to bring up about? He said the people above him have brought him this great player or something. It was about. I can't remember who it was about. Is that the quote you're getting at? He said. I think it was
Potentially, I can't remember. Like he made a comment recently about transfers.
I'll put up the.
Because I saw a couple. The only reason I
thank
mentioned
you.
this because I saw a couple of Liverpool fans cooking him about it.
You know why Conte was a yes man? All right. I'll tell you why he was a yes man, because he accepted that transfer window and a pay rise at the same time and didn't leave until the end of the season. So that's why he's a yes man. Conte's a yes man when it comes to his wallet. And do you know what? Fair play. I would do the same thing. Do you know what I mean? But don't give me that. The only one, and Pep isn't a yes man because he wins trophies. That's all good. But he's the only one in the league who isn't a yes man. All other managers and structures are yes because they work for billionaires. All right.
That team is built in his image as
but here's the thing, though. Like, I want to also. I think I said this on Flawless stream a few days ago. I actually want my manager to be a yes man, especially Poch, because if he wasn't a yes man, if Poch got his way, we would be talking about Lautaro Martinez up front right now, which I know a lot of you guys in chat don't rate, except for Chris, and so on and so forth. We'd be talking about having a Emi Martinez in goal. We'd be having a whole this Argentinian contingency. So like again, and the same thing goes for Tuchel. Tuchel's talent ID was horrible. We've established this. He wanted some pretty shit players in this club, and he had no problems with the midfield until we were forced to get him a midfielder in Zakaria, which he didn't even use. So again, like it's like, yes, I want there to be a structure where the manager is in and the coach is in charge of just coaching and managing the squad. Don't let him be in charge of getting these players in, because some of these managers don't have time to watch River Plate. They don't have time to watch Boca Juniors. They don't have time to watch second division in France or in all these talent. They don't have time to be scouting. They're gonna name players like it's not their job. Like if it was up to Tuchel, he probably would have been like, oh yeah, bring me Lukaku, no problem. Because he doesn't have time to watch Lukaku and analyze him and scout him.
You know what, Matty, you've undone your own argument, because Tuchel was a yes man, but he still installed enough tactics and a pattern of play and chose the same sort of players every game, which Poch doesn't do. Okay?
Hang on, also
Poch doesn't do.
Also, Tuchel was definitely a yes man because he won the Champions League. We gave him Lukaku and Saul, and he said fair.
Yes, exactly.
He literally got on the phone to convince Lukaku to join the club.
And he played Lukaku after that interview as well, if you remember, for about 10 games in a row.
He did bench him, but then he subbed him on pretty quickly, I'm pretty sure.
He was a yes man. Please don't ever...
No, I'm not saying he wasn't.
This is what, again...
Face in the comments. He was a yes man.
This is where people don't have a level of nuance and understanding and common sense, really, of like... levels here. Like... And I agree in terms of Marshall. You need your manager to be some level of a yes man in terms of like being agreeable and being like personable. Like you need that, otherwise it's not going to work. Like that's an issue. That's the issue. Even though he won loads, that's the main issue that Flick had with Salihamidzic at Bayern. Like the reason he walked is because like him and Salihamidzic basically from word go didn't get on. Like whether it was over transfers, whether it was over the team, whatever it was. From go, like, so you need your manager to be somewhat of a yes man, to be agreeable. Obviously it can go too far where they're not willing to like question anything, and they're not wanting to not wanting to question anything, and they're not wanting to speak on the owners, or they'll just accept anything, and that's probably too far. But you need someone to be at least agreeable to an extent.
Do you know, this is funny, right? Do you know the reason Roman Abramovich didn't go into the dressing room with Tuchel? It's because he was banned from the country, or you couldn't come in for a long time because of visas. All right, do not kid yourself. Tuchel was a yes man. He's a yes man at Bayern. All right, he's just a. I don't know why. I don't know what you guys are just.
Hoping for yes man. Really.
I don't know why people pretend like they're on the ground. You know,
if you're hiring someone, right? Even if you want someone to challenge you a bit, you're not going to hire someone who completely challenges you the whole time, right? You're going to find some things you agree on, some things you disagree on, and try and work on them, all right? Every manager is a yes man. Every Chelsea manager, apart from Jose, has been a yes man, all right? I know that breaks your dreams about these certain things and undoes your little things about the ownerships, but every manager is a yes man. Okay, even Alex Ferguson, Old Trafford's a yes man under the Glazers. All right, it's just one of those things because there's no way you sell Ronaldo in one summer and buy Michael Owen, Obertan, and some dude from Wigan to replace him. Okay, if you're not a yes man, all right, just get over your fairy tale bullshit and understand it's just a simple term.
Andrew, I'm so glad, Ahmed, before you go, I'm so glad you brought up Sir Alex Ferguson because I remember Rand speaking about this about 10 hours. Like I remember talking about or I heard Rants talking about this when it comes to Ten Hag. The Glazers are arguably the worst owners in football, right? I think we can say they're the worst owners in football. How many titles did Sir Alex Ferguson win under them? They're a perfect example. Let's say this board, by the way. This comment is great. But let's say the board are as terrible and the owners are as terrible as you man all think they are, right? Let's just say they're as terrible and as bad as you man think we are. Sir Alex Ferguson has shown if you're just a good enough manager, you can win regardless.
Yeah, I just wanna, you know, on the Tuchel thing, Tuchel had the opportunity to get any man he wanted. Actually, people seem to forget Tuchel revisionism. All he had to do, remember in the summer, all he had to do. Speak of them and be like, "Hey, I just want this player."
All he had to do was pick up the WhatsApp, man. Like,
no. All he had to do was like, they were like, "Which players do you need? We're at your service." That's what they literally said to him. And
no, that's not fully true though, because there were other players that the board wanted.
No. But what I mean by that, is that they gave him the opportunity to ask for players, and you know they were also coming to him to say, "Do you want this player?" Like obviously, you remember they wanted Ronaldo, and he was the one that told them no, for example, right?
Yeah.
And then they were also pursuing their own transfers, of course, like Anthony Gordon, etc. Which is something that the club has done. But if he had also kind of interacted with them a bit more, he probably could have gotten some of the players he wanted. Because
Tuchel couldn't be asked.
Tuchel didn't want to interact with them either. So then that kind of created that collision thing as well. But listen, Tuchel, was he a yes man? Yes, under the Abramovich era for sure, but not so much. I would say. Under the Tuchel era, though, to back up the chat.
The other thing too, though, like I guarantee you, if it ever came up and the opportunity to have Tuchel back was a possibility, I'm pretty sure he would love to have this job right now. They're gonna do scouting for me and they're gonna take care of my team. I don't have to do much of the work. That was the biggest issue he had.
I think it depends on how it's going.
I don't know if he wants to give it Harry Kane. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now he has Harry Kane. Yeah. We spoiled him.
By the way, Bayern Munich without Harry Kane are ass this season. Okay, they're ass. Okay, they are ass this season.
Are they even top of the league? They're not top
of
the league.
They lost 5-1 at the weekend.
What was the Leverkusen score earlier?
They drew apparently, sadly.
They're now 4 points. They're 4 points clear at the top.
Yeah, so that's really shit standards for Bundesliga.
They're already out the cup, right? Which doesn't really, it's not really top of their list, but they're already out the cup.
But I think David, bro, you're correct. Going from Tuchel to Potter was a big mistake.
Yes.
For sure, 100%. That's another criticism of the ownership.
Exactly, you have to criticize them. They should have had a sporting director. They should have had a sporting director in there who should have actually got in an actual manager with who knew the know-how and everything. So that, listen, believe me, bro, we will listen. I will criticize the board for sure. You know what I mean? The others will criticize the board. Marsh might be glazing a bit too much for him to say no.
Stop it. No, I've been criticizing the board a lot.
I'm just trolling Marsh.
You want to get rid of Tuchel? Potter was not the replacement.
100%.
Oh, hell no. That was just flavor of the month.
That is 100%.
Hey, honestly, this is the thing, right? Because I remember when Potter came in, there was a lot of people in the Chelsea fan base that were, this is a good assignment. Potter was flavor of the month. Sound very, very similar to a certain Xabi Alonso we're talking about right now. The current flavor of the month that people want and people are like glazing over to bring in. Yeah. So it's like the fan base seems to have this like revisionism of the past.
I have to see what Xabi Alonso does this season.
It's all in hindsight. To be honest, I at the time thought.
It's all in hindsight.
Metal Face Doom. Metal Face Doom. They can't sell the club for 10 years. You might as well. You're wasting your energy.
Yeah,
Like,
you're wasting your
no,
energy.
no,
This is what I mean.
It's legally binding.
If you're just saying
Wasted.
ownership out, you're just being toxic at this point.
I
This
was gonna
is
say,
not providing any
You know
solution.
what? You know what,
We're stuck
Metal
with
Face
them.
Team? You should just leave Chelsea for like another 8 years and maybe
This is
come
the-
back and see we've got new
This is
ownership.
the same dude who
There you
literally a few comments ago said that like they're worse than the Glazers. They're not. Like we're talking about a football group or owners
Okay.
that have not fixed that stadium. There are holes in the fucking stadium roof, like the toilets and the backroom staff. Ronaldo said it. Like it might have been the wrong messenger at the time, but the right message, bro. Their backroom staff have been there like 14, or like the training facilities the same as when he left the first time. Like that ownership group takes money out of the club on a regular basis.
And
You know
I'll
what
say
it is?
again-
I want to
just
just.
I'll say it again for the people at the back of the bus and the window lickers. They can't sell the club for another 8.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even. I bet. To tell you what, I bet it will cost. I bet there's like a huge monetary fine for them, even if they want to sell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It's like a couple K.
By the way, on a side note, I can't believe that we've lost a game 2-0 to Everton based on what we saw on the football pitch, and we're talking about the fucking owners again.
No, we've wasted.
I know.
Like,
I did
5
want to try to
minutes on
come
the
back
owners.
to this, which
I-
Wow.
Let
go
me
ahead,
just-
Ahmed, and then I gotta bring it back.
I just want to say, listen, we can't lose the owners, right? Whether you like them or not. But
We're stuck.
But you can pressurize them. That's the difference. No, when I say pressurize them, you can pressurize them into reminding them,
Yes.
what their standards are, the stuff that you
Spot
want
on.
to happen. You know what I'm saying to you? That is definitely something that we can do. You know what I'm saying? We obviously got a bunch of supporters groups, everything like that. If you don't agree with them, we can network, work together to get something like that to happen. That's all I'm.
Supporters groups are used to, though. Let's be honest.
No,
They're-
I don't know. I hear you, Will, but I'm at least providing a clear alternative. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. If we can't get them out, but we can pressurize them to make a change to what they want.
You want to do something? Do what the United fans did against Liverpool. Storm the stadium and stop the game.
Yeah.
From happening.
So
Want
just
to really
it'll
take
just be
it
Metal
seriously.
Face Doom because I know this
Yeah.
Chelsea fan base won't do shit. So
Yeah,
like if you really are against the ownership, Metal Face, just stand outside the bridge with your little sign and lead the crowd, man.
Owners
Be a leader.
out. Owners out.
Be a leader.
Let's bring it back.
Todd Bowley out.
Yeah, let's bring it back to football. I did.
Matt,
Okay.
Matt, you cannot absolve Poch of responsibility when he trains the players, picks them, picks the tactics, put them into positions, and they play like shit.
Also,
You
Matty,
cannot absolve him of it. Okay, Matty,
you
I'm
have
sorry, just can't.
to. Jazz can
fuck
attest
off.
to this.
Fuck off.
Matty, I also got to tell you this. Listen, you got to realize you could say whatever you want about the tools given to him and all this shit, but you have to admit that Poch at Chelsea has given more tools to succeed than at Tottenham. Yet he got more of a tune out of the Tottenham players than he has here at Chelsea, and that has nothing to do like the board do not tell him how to train these players. The board do not tell him how to go about scheduling their fitness and how hard to train them and all this and that, and how to position them and where to put them tactically.
I'm gonna
That's
shoot
not on the
off.
board.
I'm going to shoot off.
Go ahead,
if
brother.
You're still on, I might be back, but if not,
Okay.
Just
I will stream
you
for
can-
3 hours.
There's different. Everyone, no one's 100% blame. There's whole different things that have.
Oh yeah, there's a
But
lot
on
of
the
blame.
pitch-
There's a lot of
on
blame
the
to go
pitch,
around.
It's the players and Poch. Okay, you just need to do like that. That's all you need to think about. I'll see you guys later.
All right. Hey, Metalface, you're pushing it really close to xenophobic shit. I'm warning you right now, man. So I don't disagree with what you're saying, but try to keep it a little more tame, my friend. Okay. But all right, going back to the game, and Chris, I have to question you now.
What I
Chris, what do you see in this team that gives you confidence that we can actually get a result against Sheffield?
Oh, Sheffield. No.
Why are you
The
targeting
thing.
Chris like that, man? Like,
Hang on.
course we
Like, the thing is, we should know.
Wait,
no,
okay,
it's not-
you and Will then answer
No,
because
but, like,
I don't
the
know.
thing is-
I'm
the
not
thing is,
confident at all.
I'm sorry, but Sheffield is literally the worst team in England. They're like them and Luton and all that. They're the worst team in England. There's no excuse for Poch, this team, to even even we might not look good in that game. There's no excuse for why we can't get 3 points against Sheffield United. If Poch can't get 3 points against Sheffield United, then I have to throw him under the bus and just take it. I want him out after that. I kind of want him out, not out, but I kind of want him out now, and I would understand if he gets sacked tonight or tomorrow. I wouldn't care because Poch has done this to himself. He is down at 12th position, and Yeah, like there's no excuse not to beat Sheffield United. There's just no excuse. Like any team could beat Sheffield United. I feel any team.
I don't. Who's to say he even survives still Sheffield? Who's to say?
Isn't Sheffield our next game?
I'm just saying
with the Sheffield United game, even at our worst, like in the last, even under Potter when it was as bad as this, even worse, we still got results against the Leeds and the Leicesters that were struggling. There's no excuse. And I agree with Chris in the sense of I don't want to be Poch out, but it's kind of getting to a point where I think the writing's on the wall. And do you know what? I'm going to be more pessimistic in the future because, you know, I'm going to reserve my judgment, I think, on coaches from now on because the way I was backing Poch a few weeks back, it's embarrassing looking back on it. So, you know, it is what it is. It looks like the writing's on the wall. We're good enough to beat Sheffield United. I don't even care how bad we get. That's got to be a win. If
when we lose, Ollie McBurney's back from his suspension, isn't it?
Oh, that guy. Yeah, at least McGoldrick is in the depths of League One or League Two, man. So he ain't there.
There'll be a new one. There'll be a new one.
I'd be actually shocked if we had to lose to Sheffield United.
Watch Rhian Brewster or something come and do something.
But let me ask Chris and Will. Let me ask you guys this then. Did you guys actually expect us to beat Everton today?
No.
I was 50-50. I was like, yeah, we could lose this because literally we're in quite poor form. We're in rocky waters, I guess, like with Chelsea sailing through rocks or something. But I thought maybe we could get a result, like because we have actually got a lot of results against the lower half teams. But no. What am I saying? No, we haven't. It's teams what sit back. We normally don't.
You're chatting shit, Chris.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm chatting at this point because literally we're down at 12. I thought we actually have hope of getting top 3 this season.
We're level 1 points, Chris. We're level 1 points with Bournemouth. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no. I was actually going to talk. We got I looked at the points before. Like we literally got same points as 4 teams, right? With 19 points. I saw earlier, and we're literally like 4 points away from like 16th or 17th. Like we're not. It's honestly not looking good, and this is where the owners might have to take a step. Like you know what, they're wrong again with the manager and just sack him because this man just not even got a long contract, right? Pochettino's got 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not even going to cost them that much to sack him.
I think it's a 2+1.
Yeah, so I'm actually glad they've done that. That's the one good thing the ownership have done. Not give a manager like 5 years because you don't know what he's going to be like.
I've been on the panel for a while, so I want to ask you a question. Doesn't it feel like every game it's the same kind of combination play? It fails, so we have to go long. It literally feels like that every fucking game. And
it is.
Yeah.
Like what surprised me was not necessarily this game. So the Brighton game, we were doing the same build out from the back that we did against United. The only difference between, because even in that game, there was a couple of times where we nearly got caught with it. The reason why we didn't is because, Brighton weren't pressing us up as high, but we still nearly got caught. So he decides in the next game, when we United were still pressing up high, even higher, to just carry on doing it. Literally was the same. Yeah. Just carried on.
I was looking at our pass maps, and they're the same every game. It's just fucking abysmal.
I gotta bring you.
Since the start of the season, our pass maps have been absolutely have been a mess.
Yeah.
I gotta bring you guys pain.
Those short left wing passing maps were some dark days.
You can't bring
Oliver, thank you for showing me this, but I gotta bring you guys pain because we gotta bring it back to the first goal, okay? It's our boy, honestly, our captain. Okay, because Reece James isn't available. He's essentially our captain this season. Look at this. Yeah, let's jog it out, boys. Let's jog it out.
The one time where we need to make him to make a foul, he doesn't do it. Like what is he good for? You're kidding me, man.
This is not good.
Do you know what that looked like? It looked like, you know, on Football Manager when there's a highlight and it looks like all your players are just doing the things that the completely wrong thing that they're almost like trying to sabotage you. That's what that goal felt like. Why is the goal?
Yeah. Actually, let me just look.
Say no or Buddy Sheila? I can't tell.
I think it's Buddy Sheila. That player.
Buddy Sheila.
That's Buddy Sheila. That's a tall guy, man. That's Buddy Sheila.
Yeah, well, they're both tall. It's just the quality is a bit,
Yeah, it is a bit iffy. I'll just refresh this real quick. Yeah,
I'll
put it back.
I thought defensively for that first goal, it's just poor. And I don't know where the midfield was.
Both goals were terrible.
Yeah. I thought the keeper could have done better for the second goal, but it's just a second choice keeper, to be honest, and he's just starting out like that's his first minutes of the whole season.
That's another thing, by the way. That's slightly obviously it's at the bottom of the list of priorities, but Petrovic should have played some cup games this season as well.
Yeah, he might be more ready for that.
Apparently, I think Oliver was going to bring this up. Apparently, Sanchez got injured in the United game, and Poch decided to play him in this game.
Well, no, I wasn't going to bring that up now. I was just going to say, by the way, the thing that makes that Gallagher thing even worse is that he wasn't even booked. So there was no jeopardy. I mean, there was obviously jeopardy for him picking up a yellow, but he wasn't going to get sent off for it.
Speaking about Jackson, speaking about Jackson.
What the hell just happened?
I don't know what you're saying there, Scott.
Huh?
I said that comment is not.
Is it my camera? Is it a camera comment?
Oh, this?
Yeah, bro, that comment's fucking wild.
No, I
Oh
was
my
going
God.
to say quickly on the yellow card. Yeah.
Oh, that one. It wasn't.
Oh. Oh, that was pretty bad too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Which one, bro? Which one?
Yeah, which one? Our fan base has gone mad.
I just want to say quickly, just before we go to, speaking on yellow cards, your boy Jackson is about to get 3-match suspension, so get ready for that, boys, because he struggled.
Oh, because he thought it was Astrid wet.
Jesus.
Oh my word!
The thing is, we should play. For me,
That is wild, bro.
We should play Sterling up top.
Huh?
What happened at the end, by the way? Because I switched the thing off.
He was like getting into a scrap
it.
with the Everton players, and then Poch had to pull him away.
Yeah.
And there's a picture, Scott. There's a picture. Do you remember when Casemiro had his hands around the Palace player's neck? Basically, the same thing happened with Jackson.
Bro,
So they're probably going to retroactively give him a suspension.
That's going to be a 3-match suspension.
So I was saying, bro, he's.
Ahmed, you sent me it on DM. Can you just get the picture for Marshall?
It honestly don't matter if Jackson's gone anyway. Like
yeah.
Jackson, the last 3-4 games has been so poor anyway. Broja's shit as well.
You know why it doesn't matter? Because Pochettino is telling them to do the same thing.
Yeah, but like the thing is with Broja, like, listen,
that's not his fault. It's not Pochettino's fault.
I'll admit Broja was shit today, but like, if Jackson's gonna give you the same kind of performance, give Broja a better performance because the other thing, because the other thing with Broja too is that like January's coming. Actually, when does AFCON start? It's the end of December, beginning of January.
It's
January, start middle of January.
Just
for a month and a half.
yeah, just
Wait,
give
when is
him
the
just
Premier League winter break? By the way, can someone check that? Because is there an overlap? Does the winter break overlap with AFCON?
It does.
A little bit, but like not. Let me.
Because I'm just trying to figure out how many
we can
games
put
that
it
Jackson
in
misses for AFCON.
He misses I think he misses like 4 games. I think I've worked it out before, but I'll double check.
Okay.
He's not gonna play in Africa anyway, bro. They don't respect him for that, man.
No,
They're gonna kill him off, though, that's the thing.
He might. He's definitely
While I'm checking this, just while I'm checking this, going back to what's his face, Broja. Like, I'm not gonna say he had a good game, but what did he do wrong today? Like, I don't understand why people are going to him. I don't know what he did wrong
He didn't
today.
really get much service.
He doesn't. I don't know.
I saw on Twitter apparently he completed 1 pass in the first 50 minutes.
He's just not involved. He never gets Scott. I don't think he just ever gets
Oliver, like, do you know why he completed 1 pass?
No, but this isn't a criticism, Scott. This isn't a criticism. I'm just let me preface that.
I would just honestly prefer Sterling up top over those 2 strikers.
Honestly, maybe
why?
Jackson's going in for a kiss.
Because Sterling would actually get involved in the play, and he can actually score his chances
Why
a
would
lot
you
more
want?
over
Why
those
would you
2
want
strikers.
Sterling?
Because like when we play Broja, when you play Broja, like you said, he had 1 pass in 50 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
but
he's barely getting involved.
Surely with that, you want someone who's not traditionally a centre forward up front, and you put Palmer there, surely.
Either Palmer. Palmer, you could say Palmer.
By the way, let's just say, for argument's sake, Senegal make the final. He'll miss 4 games. Jackson will.
I'm sure we're going to miss it.
He'll miss Fulham at home, Liverpool away, Wolves at home, and Palace away. He may I don't know whether the FA Cup will be during that run as well. If we beat Preston, how to say if makes me cry inside.
I just want to say, I just want to say, bro.
I've just seen the picture. This man's getting a fucking free.
Yeah, man. I just think for me,
Why has he done that?
I just don't care. Listen, he had the cross. You know what I mean? He had a cross. He had a cross in his haircut. The Holy Spirit was with him. You know what I mean? The Holy Spirit was with him today. So
I don't know why. What do you say? Like, do you take the piss out at him and Ash Wet or something? Do you say something like that? Like, I don't understand what started him to do that. Like, I saw it as well.
Listen, it's very obvious to say that Nicholas Jackson has disciplinary issues. He has temper issues. He takes it out on the ref, which is why he has the most cards in our team probably.
He has one of them.
He gets into scraps like this. Like he's very temperamental.
By the way, did he get a yellow card for that?
No. This happened right after the match.
Big up to the
But remember,
big up, bro.
No, did he not get carded at all? Because I thought when we were in Discord, I switched it off and I thought someone said, "Oh, he's got yellow carded."
No. He hasn't got the yellow card. But basically, what's gonna happen is they're gonna do the thing where it's after the game. Where they'll look
I know they were going to do that. I know they're going to do that, but I thought they could do that anyway. If he hadn't seen the choke, then it was like he could still book him for instigating that. Because I was going to say, if this guy's 3 yellow cards as well away from a 2-match suspension anyway.
Oh my god! Already,
This guy's a joke, man.
Fucking ready, man.
He's on 7 yellows. If he gets 10, I swear it's a 2-match suspension.
Yeah, it's a 2-match. But 10 is 2.
You know what's crazy though? Like, Broja came on today, didn't get a yellow. So I don't know, my friend Jackson. How hard is it?
This isn't a criticism of you, Marshall, but the standards have dropped.
It has. It has. But
It's
listen,
still right,
that's why I'm saying, like, at this point, just give Broja a run of games. It's literally for Poch at this point. It's throw paint on the wall and see what sticks, and sticks with what works. This whole lineup of Sterling, Palmer, and Jackson, it fell off the wagon. It doesn't work anymore. So we got to try other shit.
Bro, he looks so rusty today, man.
Who looked lost?
I agree.
No, rusty, Broja.
Broja? But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, give him a run of games, Broja. Give him a run of games. Get himself some match sharpness. We're gonna need him anyways for January when Jackson isn't available.
I think we need him.
Bro, Marshall, like I said, I don't even think he looked rusty. Just give this man a pass in the fucking, in the middle of the pitch, please. Like, in the box.
Do you know what?
I don't remember, apart from that Mudryk cross, which was like it was fired out of a rocket launcher, the speed at which it was going. I don't remember him getting a pass inside the box.
Do you know what it is, Scott? Yeah, I tell you, listen, you lot, I don't know what you lot thoughts on the game. I haven't really been about because I've been at work all day, so I had to rewatch the game. And I'm literally,
wow.
I'm in the 80th minute, so I've just rewatched the whole thing. Okay, and you lot are not gonna like this, bro. I don't know if you will actually. Listen, first half, I actually don't think we were that bad. Yeah, first half, I think Enzo, wow. I said Enzo had a good performance. I think Mudryk had good performance. Apart from that, yeah, it's not great. But
Mudryk looked okay in moments.
Mudryk actually looked. I think he has more than reason to start next game. Yeah, I mean Sterling can't really argue that if he starts him. But listen, first half, I think we kept the ball well. Enzo in the 10. I think the problem now we'll talk about Broja didn't get enough service. He was a bit isolated. That's because Enzo is not really a 10 that can help the attack. I think, but he was doing great bringing the ball forward. First half he wasn't that bad, man. I'm telling you. Even for second half, yeah, man. A second half, I don't know what you're laughing at, bro.
It's what Evo in the private chat. It's not. He's probably distracted you there, yeah.
I don't know what you're laughing at, bro.
It's not laughing at you, yeah. He's probably distracted.
Right. What you said there, by the way, that's every fucking game this season we've come out and looked worse in the second half than we have in the first. That's every goddamn game.
Scott, do you agree? First off, we're actually okay.
No, I thought we were still shit. Like I can understand.
It was average. I think it was average.
I can understand your point. Like I thought, at best, I think you could say we were okay, but it was still just kind of shit. We didn't really create nothing.
We didn't create a lot, but I think that's because there was such a big gap between our attackers and Broja for some reason.
To say we dominated, I think, is a bit far. We had more possession, but that's because we're going through against Everton. We created nothing. Our best chance came from a 40-yard long shot from Palmer. Like
I
that,
thought Enzo had a good close chance at one point. He's inside the
no,
box.
he
He
hit
hit
it.
it.
It was straight to keeper. He kicked straight to keeper.
Was it?
Yeah, it was straight at Pickford. Yeah.
Was it?
He had a shot and then it rebounded back to him and he hit it wide.
I literally just got in for that that shot. I think that's the first moment of the game I saw because I was like,
listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, lot. Yeah, for me, Pochettino's comments annoy me and worry me more than what I'm seeing on that kills me more than what I see on the
By the way,
pitch.
again, Andrew kind of mentioned this earlier in terms of like tactically, but I'll mention the comments as well. His comments are worse than Potter's.
Yeah, they are.
I can't lie. Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's in this like
They're just on par.
he's got the same delusion. Like I saw some of the comments as well. Ahmed's put some of them in the private chat where he's mentioned like, "Oh, we were the better team." Sorry, what game did you watch?
So
like
no,
the comments as well. I mentioned this.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's another one of these hipsters that thinks possession makes you better.
I do think we were the better team. I do think we were the better team.
The other comment he made as well, I mentioned this in backstage beforehand. He made a comment about the transfers about we need to maybe look at transfers because
this
of,
one right here
like, a lack of
in the private chat. When the
no,
transfer
let me
window
go.
opens,
Let me
we
go.
will
Actually,
just
I've got it in front of me. So this is Nizar Kinsella tweeted this. He said, "Just ask Pochettino in the press conference about transfers, and he effectively said if they can't score in games like this, then they need to look to the market. Like I said, our best chance came from our winger taking a 40-yard long shot. The fuck is he talking about chances? The one chance that our striker got, today, it was a half chance at best. There was a fizzed-in cross. That was the best chance he got today."
Yeah, I do think Brojo was isolated, and I think that's because of Pochettino's tactics.
What's crazy though is that our main target is Osimhen, and like watching Osimhen a lot this season, Ahmed and Oliver, who have watched many games of Napoli with the season, can also vouch. The games where Osimhen gets isolated in, he's useless. He is completely useless. So it's just going to translate into this team. So I don't get how we can blame, as Scott said, and how everyone said as well, we didn't create any chances.
Yeah, and Will, it's like what I told you in conversation. You know, this is Osimhen in a team that just won the Serie A, in a team where he's got a player that he actually has a lot of chemistry with Kvaratskhelia. He's going to come into a new team and do what exactly?
Yeah, you know, I've criticized
and also,
You know what it is?
Sorry, and again, there's a clip, by the way, and I understand it's just a clip from a game, but I think it was from the Juventus game. There's a clip where Osimhen makes a run into the channel, like similar to, or it's not into the channel, but it's out wide to pick the ball up, and he hits like a first or second time ball across to Kvaratskhelia, who's in space. There's no one in our team that's making that run because our manager doesn't put us in a position where anyone's making that run. Because in that position, you'd want Mudryk, but he'd be on the halfway line at that point, or having Cole overlap him. By the way, if I start on those fullbacks and the fact I saw Disassi and Cole overlap,
Jesus Christ.
I'll lose my head.
I think we need to talk about Colwell anyway because he wasn't good for the first goal.
I just want to say, in general, when it comes to this striker, the problem right now is we need a complete striker. I'll be honest, bro. Someone that can work initially as the bagsman, but can also have a secondary in terms of the build-up play or stuff like that. Because you're not going to be able to just find someone that's going to be a complete bagsman. The problem with Osimhen, he does not affect the play anywhere at all until the ball hits his foot to put it into the back of the net. That's all he does. Everything else, bro, his movement into that way, because there's always a defender that is usually in front of him. They what they do literally, a lot of the top teams now in Italy, they just get a guy in front of him just to make sure that, you know, he can't move towards them. He move towards the ball quickly enough, so they've got someone on him already. So that's the problem. Like, we need to be honest about that.
You see Jackson as well. I've criticized Jackson a lot, man. I don't think his performance has been good recently, but I think this game would have suited him so much, and I think we would have done so much better. We probably would have scored a couple goals if he started this game.
But the thing is, enough one. Like, even when he came on, like the one chance he got was Sterling driving into the box. A lucky pass forward or an interception from the Everton player that happens to come up onto his chest and he can't get the shot away because he's got two men next to him. That was the only chance he got in the game when he came on.
No, in terms of chances, we didn't see a lot score, but I just saw glimpses and patterns of play. I saw, if we saw this for maybe a full 90 or the first 70 minutes, I think we would have done better.
Well, this is our problem in games though. Like, people want to say, "Oh, we create a lot of chances, we're good enough," but usually that's only for I mean, obviously not today, but in previous games, we've only really created consistent chances for 15, 20 minutes at a time. And then for the rest of the game, it's just completely void of anything.
I
But
can't.
that's the thing. But can I say something, Ziad? Yeah, and this is something that I've mentioned before. I actually think before a striker, we need someone that's gonna help in terms of creating consistently alongside the whole team as well.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, in Cuckoo Christ, yeah, we don't know how he's gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how in Cuckoo Christ is gonna come back. You know what I'm saying?
What? Stop this nickname. It's not gonna
Listen, no. It's gonna last.
No, it's true though.
It's literally true. That's what the way the ownership sees him, the way the manager's seeing him, they're seeing him as if he's like a Christ-like figure. Why are we? Let's not lie to ourselves, bro. And the thing is, in Cuckoo, as great as he is, yeah, if the structure is not helping you to create consistent charges with Mudryk and Palmer, what are you thinking? Cuckoo just gonna be?
Yeah, but Ahmed, that's not lie.
I can't wait to see Nkunku running into the channels.
No. Let's not lie, Ahmed. He probably is our best player.
He's not
No one's saying that he's not a better player, bro. I'm saying that if we should have a structure already beforehand, before even Nkunku comes in, that should be able to create the consistent chances. Just that when you bring it in Nkunku, then it's going to be on hyperdrive essentially because you got a guy that's already creative, you got a system that's creative. It's only going to make your team even more creative, such that even if the striker's not scoring the goals, you'll still be creating enough chances for at least to have 1 in or 2 in at most, and that will win you games.
But listen, you have to criticize him.
Go ahead. What are you saying, bro? I'm not criticizing him.
Like, you look at the systems he's been in at Leipzig have been massively beneficial for him, and he's had players like Danny Olmo, who is a much better creator as well.
Exactly.
So they had a blend of. Don't get me wrong. I think he'll score goals for us in Nkunku. I just don't think he'll be like the saviour, but I think he will score goals. I think he might piss us off at times as well. But yeah, he's not a creator. He's not going to be like the main creator anyway. I'm not saying he can't.
We even saw it in pre-season. He had a lot of almost poacher.
Even if he's the main creator, we're back to relying on one guy to be the main creator and main goal scorer in the team.
We're basically trying to do Hazard Jr.
Scott, wasn't Hazard that, Scott?
Yeah, no, but Hazard was one of the best players the Premier League has ever seen.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
and we criticised our ownership and our managers for only putting on him too.
Trying to say that Nkunku is I'll be completely honest. Nkunku has not shown at any point for me in what I've seen of him at a younger age that he's the same as what I saw from Hazard at that age in Lille.
No,
let alone what I saw at Chelsea.
My point is, Scott, is it a terrible thing? Of course, it's not ideal, but is it a terrible thing that if we were to rely on Nkunku to get us assistant goals?
Everything, yes.
Because I mean, you look at Liverpool. The only person I guarantee in that team that's going to get you goals is Mohamed Salah. Yeah, Man City, they're a different story. They've got a multitude of players. Okay?
No.
Arsenal,
but Ziad, what you just said there. Hang on. What you just said there. Yes, in terms of goals, Mohamed Salah is their main goal scorer. In terms of creativity, though, in terms of being the creator, you've got Trent. Salah can do it. Diaz can do it. Soboslai can do it. We've already seen that. That's 4 players I've just mentioned. I'm saying that in this team, Nkunku will be everything. He's going to be creator, goal scorer. He's going to have to do everything in this team.
And it just makes it easier for the opponent as well. Because when you've got a one-man system, the way to kill it is to mark out the one man.
Exactly. Look at AC Milan. Look at what's been happening to AC Milan. What do? They just double up on Leao.
Yeah.
Catch money.
I was going to say that's the thing. You'll get teams doubling up on players because they know this is the doubling up on him because this is the danger man. And then once they've done that, then what? You give it to Sterling for him to do nothing in the game, or maybe he creates something because it's that game where he's going to perform. You give it to Mudryk for him to maybe have one flash of brilliance. You give it to Gallagher to do fuck all. You get Enzo to pick the ball up on the left wing for some reason. So I'm going to go as well. What hasn't been mentioned is Hazard got to that stage over years. We're relying on Nkunku to be straight in a league he's never played in, and it's going to be an adjustment. And in a country he's never played in, again, that's going to be an adjustment. He also hasn't played football in 5 months.
But you see, the thing is that the game is just finished, and listen, the fact that he's taking off Gallagher he's taking off Enzo instead of Gallagher.
Oh,
the fact that he didn't bring on Maatsen straight away instead of Colwell. Just little things like that. These are game changers, man. Straight away, you see Maatsen come on. He's overlapping Mudryk. And Mudryk,
no, but he didn't even overlap.
I don't think people are talking about Mudryk enough today, bro. Wow, man. And I think that
No,
that
it
comes
wasn't.
from.
No, it wasn't. No,
Nah,
let's
he
be,
was
let's be
good,
real.
man. I'm
Wow.
sorry.
It wasn't wow. He was
No,
the best of a bad bunch. Let's just leave it at
Yeah,
that.
He wasn't better.
he
No,
was
I would
okay.
say he had
He
the
was
he had
okay.
a
It
good
was-
performance, bro. He had a good performance.
Hey,
Come on, man. I'm not saying amazing,
Uh,
but he had a good performance, man.
I'm gonna say I agree to this.
And that comes. I think that comes from in terms of even compared to his recent games, because this is the first game I've seen him actually stay out wide and collect the ball out wide. None of this coming inside this shit. He's actually staying out wide and collecting the ball and driving at players.
But let's then take it back to the manager again, who consistently in the game wants to attack down the right rather than the left, despite in this game our best threat being on the left.
Ziad, have you seen the picture? Ziad, have you seen the picture today from Poch? On Poch's tactic picture.
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up.
Get that up right now. Get that up right now.
Yeah, your boy, Pochettino, has got the same.
Wait. So he hasn't seen it, Ahmed. He hasn't seen it. You said.
1 second. No, I don't know. Yeah, he hasn't seen it. He's gonna bring up.
Oh my God! Wait until you see this.
I've seen it, but I scrolled past it. I was like, yeah, what is that, man?
No, Ziad, your boy, what's it called, Poch? Yeah, it's
He says,
basically.
man, he's not my boy, bro. Calm down, man.
Okay. He's got the same tactics. He's got the same tactics, as Mr. Frank Lampard. You know what I mean? He's carrying on Frank Lampard's legacy. So, like, what's going on, bro? At least with Lampard, I can make the argument. He was a fresh guy, new manager, just came from Derby. I can understand that he's learning his trade.
Listen, Ahmed, this is very similar. This is very similar to Potter, yeah. Potter, I can't lie. Potter, there were some games where we weren't even performing that bad, but we were losing and we weren't getting points on the board, which was the most important thing. Pochettino today, look, I don't think we were that bad today. We didn't create that much, but we weren't that bad. Okay, it wasn't like it wasn't Man United. It wasn't that thing.
It wasn't as bad as United. I do agree with you.
You'd hope so.
1 second, Ahmed. 1 second.
Yeah.
It wasn't that much bad of a performance as I thought it was. Before watching the game. But for me, his comments are worrying. That's what worries me. His comments worry me more than his what I'm seeing on the pitch.
Okay, so it wasn't the donut. It was the one-sidedness.
No, it is a donut. Look at the middle. Look at the middle.
No. I see that, but there's no arrows on the right side.
Also, I want to go back to something we were talking about earlier when it came to the Maatsen overlap, because I brought this up earlier. I disagree about Maatsen. What pissed me off is we had 5 players play fullback today. We had 3 actual fullbacks and 2 centre-backs. And of the people that were overlapping the most, it was the 2 centre-backs. Why is it that Disasi is overlapping more than James? Why is Colwell overlapping more than Cucurella and Maatsen combined? Can someone explain to me why that's happening?
Why is who, sorry? Why is who overlapping more than who?
Why is Colwell overlapping more than Maatsen and Cucurella combined, and why is Disasi overlapping more than James? Why is that happening?
Cucurella, when he played right back, I didn't see him overlap.
No, I'm not talking about right back, because he doesn't overlap right back because he's not comfortable doing it because he wants to come inside. I'm talking about when he played left back, he didn't overlap. Colwell overlapped more than him. Why? Can anyone make sense of that?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he got injured. He went to the right back quite early, Scott. He did go right back quite early.
I'll be honest here. Can we talk about Reece James, guys?
I was just about to bring it up.
We do need to bring that up for sure.
Khalas, bro.
No, 1 second. Not khalas, not yet. But 1 second. If this is another long-term injury, no, Ahmed, this is not khalas yet. But if this is another long-term injury, strip him from his captaincy right now. I'm sorry, this is a disgrace.
It doesn't even matter for that. Like,
it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
Ziad is talking about captaincy. I'm saying it's over for him at Chelsea for me.
It's an absolute disgrace. This guy cannot be captain.
Also, Ziad, there's 2 things to this. Number 1, you know the injury he got was a hamstring injury again. Like another hamstring.
I don't know how bad it is. How long?
I don't want to be a dickhead, Scott. I don't want to be a dickhead. Okay, I don't want to be this. I'm not a doctor, but what I'm saying is, I know a little bit about this stuff. It's very easy to generalize a hamstring. Is like every hamstring is specific and it's different.
It's been 3 years of this though.
Yeah, but we know it could be 3 years of different hamstrings. It might not be the same hamstring.
He's only got 2 hamstrings, mate.
No, he's only got 2.
What do you mean he's only got 2?
Hamstrings. He's only got 2 hamstrings.
That's not true.
They haven't come out
Whoa. Are you saying the science is wrong? Do you know he was behind
You've got a group.
We're doing anatomy here on Casually FC, right?
Yeah, I'll give you anatomy. I'll give you an anatomy. He's got a group of muscles that make up a hamstring. He could have injured separate hamstrings.
I got you.
You don't know that.
So he's basically talking
don't
about
know.
he's
You don't
basically
know
so
that.
basically Ziad
You can
is
Google
trying
that.
to go. Instead of talking about the main organ, he's talking about the different parts.
No,
of the organ.
you
That's what he's doing,
bozo.
bro.
No, you
That's what he's
bozo.
doing.
You can
That's
Google
what he's
it.
doing.
You can Google it.
There's
You can
all
Google
different
it, bro.
types of it.
You got a
I was
bicycle
gonna say I
balls. You
have
got
googled it in a hamstring in a hamstring or like what
Yes,
we'd consider a
hamstring
hamstring. There are
muscle,
three
yes.
muscles. There are three
Yeah.
muscles.
Okay, exactly. And do you realize you can injure each of them separately?
Cool. So he's had
but this is-
over six. Hang on. He's had over 6 hamstring injuries, which means he's at least injured
What
one of
exactly-
those
thank
muscles
you.
more than once.
No, but it could be a separate leg.
Trying to see some cheeks, man.
Yo, what's going on here?
Ziad.
We're talking about the
Hang on.
hamstring.
That doesn't make it any better.
Ziad. Let me repeat that. So he has 6
Wait,
hamstring
hold on, I'm
muscles.
watching Jackson fight.
Hang on.
What?
He had 6 hamstring.
What's
So if
happening?
we're taking both legs, he has 6 hamstring muscles altogether, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's had more than 6 hamstring injuries, which means that he has had at least 2 injuries in one of those muscles, correct?
I feel bad
Nah,
for
the
this, man.
the hamstring injury history.
Scott,
I think I can
listen,
find
bro.
it. That's
Unless you're in the medical room, we don't know, bro. This is all assumption.
No,
They
no,
haven't
no.
ca- they haven't come up and used how long he's out for, right?
Ziad, it's maths. It's maths.
Scott,
If he's
Scott,
had
I
more
know
than
you've
6
got your hands
hamstring
across your
injuries,
face right now, but stop.
bro, if he's had 6 hamstring injuries or over
Yeah, I
6
got
hamstring
you. I got you,
injuries,
Scott. Right here.
so he's had 1, 2,
Yes,
3,
Scott.
4, 5. He's had a strain. That's just on one page. Go to the next page. So that's 5.
This is just
There's another page.
You're
Oh,
still
my
dirty
God.
with the crutches, bro.
Just an
That's
image.
that's
Guys, you know what's
5.
worse though,
Cool.
as well. You know what's even worse? Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, but I'm pretty sure last season as well, Gusto missed about 19 games due to injury. So
Yeah.
But-
So
but
we've got
that
2 injury
happened-
players, eh?
No, but the thing of Gusto was that actually happened post January. So like he was basically
I know. But
Yeah.
all I'm saying is that it's an issue, isn't it? It's an
No,
issue.
no, I know that, but the thing was, it was one particular
A
injury.
bruise.
That would be our
40
luck.
days.
That would
And
be
to
our
be
luck,
honest,
dude.
and to be honest with Gusto, I think that probably.
Oh,
was
there were
because
multiple
he had a lot
injuries.
of-
It wasn't
He
just
had-
one.
No, but it was in one part. It was in the one. It was literally the
Look,
one.
my point was, I don't like this notion. Just get surgery, bro. Yo, why don't you just get surgery?
That's what I'm saying. I think that's
Listen,
what all of us agree
listen,
on.
I think-
listen.
I'm
No,
not
one
sure
sec.
if he needs it,
Hold
then
up,
he
man.
should take it.
Hold up. Okay, this is why I've got to make use of what I'm studying. Okay, it's not as easy as you just go, let me get surgery and that's it. Okay, surgery at any club, especially elite level, is last case scenario. That's the last thing you want to do. Is get
Ziad,
surgery.
we've been trying the non-surgical approach for 3 years now.
But what is the non-surgical approach? Can you please enlighten me?
Well, whatever they've been doing over the last 3 years, that's a
But
non-surgical
this
approach.
is my point. We don't know
the-
what he's been injuring and where he's been injuring it. It's just
But here's the
hamstring.
thing.
Oh
Here's
my
the thing,
god, get
Ziad. Wait, hold on. Let me just talk with Ziad real quick. All right? This is the thing. I understand
That's
that
sad, Casually. Can you please say this? This is bad, bro. This is bad, bro.
it is bad. But the thing is with Reese right now, I think the issue that people have with him not taking the surgery is that we have pretty much gone to every other resort, and now we're at a point where, like, dude, it seems like light in the darkness. It's very obvious that this is probably the route you have to go. I'm not saying that that's going to be the solution to everything, but we have to try it, because if it ends up being the solution, then we can have Reece James for the long term. We can have him be much more reliable. And now that he's captain, that responsibility falls more on him as well to be on that pitch. So it is something that he should consider, considering this is a reoccurring thing.
Yeah. My point was,
Mhm.
like, listen, is we don't know the exact specific injury. Okay, injuries is very different. Every injury is different to every player is different.
That
It's
is true.
very easy to go sit there and say, "Oh, you've got a hamstring injury, get surgery." Like you lot were saying he's got 2 hamstrings. False. You've got 3 on each leg. Okay,
But
This is
that's
what
the
I'm
other
saying.
thing.
We
This
don't
is the
know
other thing
where it
too.
is, and we don't know the cause. And
You're right,
one
Ziad.
thing-
Before you go, Ahmed, just real quick, I'll go to you after this. That's the other thing, though, Ziad, that now I'm criticizing the owners for is the fact that now this is 2 seasons in a row we have an injury-ridden season. Something is going on with the medical team. Listen, even the medical team under Roman wasn't good. we need to start investing more money into a much better and more efficient medical team so that this doesn't keep happening.
You know what, Marshall?
Because-
I actually disagree because I think this is just the reality of modern football. You see a lot of teams getting injuries now.
But a reoccurring hamstring injury, though? Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
I want to hit back at something that Ziad is saying about the surgery and stuff there. But you're saying we've had 5 injuries, 3 parts of hamstring, right? As you're saying, yeah, they all probably work together as one. So if you're injuring one part but that's what I'm saying to you. So if you're injuring one part and then you get another injury and it's in the same part of your leg, so it's the same hamstring but a different part of it, that just means the one you're injuring is affecting the other one that you're injuring too. So therefore it's creating.
That's why.
No, wait. Let me finish. Because that then creates a cascading effect. So why not? Yeah, why not for me? Why not take the surgery? You've been doing this since the World Cup. Yeah, that's when he took the non-surgical approach, and they've been continuing to do so when it comes to his hamstring to do that. Right? I'm saying, he needs to take the surgery now because at the very least he can rehab. He can take his time. The club is not trying to move on from this guy. We actually want him to do well. That's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you something. Okay, let me respond because listen, I'm not talking out of my ass. This is literally what I do as a uni student. Okay,
I hear you, bro. No, that's fine.
If what you said about you injure one part of the muscle, so you're gonna injure the other part next to it. That's if you were rehabbed by a dog. It's not normal and it's not common. Just because you injure one part of it, you're gonna injure the part that's around it. That's if you were rehabbed by an idiot that's got no idea what they're doing. Okay, it's not a thing that I injured one hamstring. That means my other 2 hamstrings are fucked. That's not the case, bro. That's not the case.
No, but the problem is that. But it's we've had a bad medical team though previously.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Look at that.
Wait. Listen, the last thing we can mention, the last thing we can talk about, we can sit here and talk about all the other shit that's going on in the club. The last thing we had. The last thing we know.
You're not even listening to me, bro. You're not listening to me.
One more line and I'll let you talk. One more line. The last thing we can sit here and start bloody guessing is the medical team and what the medical team do. We don't know. This is all assumption.
No, I said to you, we had a bad medical team. We knew that previously because of the level of injuries that we had. What are we doing here, bro? Like, what are we doing here? Like, no,
because we got a lot of injuries, the medical team are shit. Is that how it works?
But it's been happening.
I would say it's in tandem.
No, come on, man. Quite a bit, bro. Look at the amount of injuries that Pulis was having. That even with the guy before him, Ziyech, Kante, a lot of these guys were having multiple. No, he was, bro. Let's be honest, bro. There was a lot of injuries happening to a lot of players that were out. He was complaining or everything about it. Yeah, so, like, yes, there is some level of correlation, bro.
Ahmed, my response to you is what I said 5 minutes ago. Every single injury is different. To every single injury is different, bro. You can't just accumulate all injuries to all players and assume that it's a medical team, bro. That's not a thing, bro. That it just isn't. I mean, unless you're there looking at the books and looking at every single player and seeing how they're treating them, then we don't know. So I find it funny how fans come to this easy conclusion that get the fucking medical team out. Because from what I'm seeing, it's a difficult medical team to last year. Guess what? We're still getting injuries. What, you're telling me 4 professional medicals are completely shit? Come on, man.
I just don't think the medical team that we have now is a competent one, which we've seen that the ownership seems to have a tendency to not hire competent people in the position the first time. Okay. You know, they make mistakes. They make mistakes, which we admit here. They've made mistakes. I know their intentions are in the right place, but they've made mistakes. But going back to what Oliver had said before, like you think this is a trend going on in the Premier League. The thing is, though, like, I don't think that's necessarily true either, because you look at this season alone. Let's look at just this season. Man City, yes, they have injuries, but they don't have nearly as many injuries. I think we have 3 times the amount of injuries that Man City have. Same thing with Tottenham. Tottenham don't really have anywhere near as many injuries as we have right now as Chelsea.
Well, let me think about Tottenham. So Tottenham have James Maddison, they have Perisic.
Not Vertonghen, I'm sorry.
They have Perisic injured, Van de Ven.
Van der Ven, Vertonghen, Jesus.
That's a few years back.
Just on the injuries, by the way, going back to James, I did actually just want to mention one other thing. And the one other thing for me with James is why I'm kind of giving up. It's not even just it's the hamstring injury. This guy has had 2 injuries. If you believe what the report was the other day about James,
You guys in
about
chat are
why he
doing
didn't
it, both
start,
of you. But
I'll
go
say
on.
if he didn't,
We already talked about this.
yeah, if you believe the report the other day that came out about why he didn't start, this man had a knee injury, had a recurring knee problem. That's why he didn't start the last game. Comes into this game and then gets injured within about 20 minutes, and it's another hand injury.
By the
man-
way, Scott, this game proves that report was true, because Gallagher got sent off for petulance the other day as well, and he started straight away. So it wasn't that he dropped James. I'm not hearing that.
Yeah, like he's far too injury prone, and it's not just the same injury. He's picking up multiple different injuries across multiple games in close proximity. That is unbelievable at his age. That's insane.
He's 24 now, by the way. He turned 24 the other day.
He sat a week and a half, guys. Yeah, and because of the fact that he got a red card against.
He's had 3 injuries this season,
and he had a knee pain. Like, listen, aside from what the medical everything like that and his injuries, for me. It's too injury prone, as Scott said. And listen, for all of the quality that he can have when he's playing at his best, when he's available and everything like that, that is great. But if I can't see that week in, week out for 90% of the league, I'm sorry, bro. I have to move on from you, respectfully. I have to move on from you. You got to, man.
At the very least, even if we don't move on from him, he's not first choice right back anymore.
Yeah.
But we can't even rely on him to be a backup, because then he'll just get injured in training, and then Gusto's out there on his own.
And that's me going at the very least. Even if you wanted to keep him and think you could move forward with him, he's not first choice anymore.
The thing
you probably have to move positions as well.
Big up to David. Yeah, I think the difference with Zion's issue is a weight issue. I actually don't think the issue of James is a weight issue necessarily, because he looks like he was in his best shape this season we've ever seen him in. So I don't even think
at least since Tuchel.
At least he's Tuchel, bro. So I don't think it's like a weight issue or something like a weight issue like that. I just think maybe it's just that the body type that he has is just not suited for the position. That's what I think. It's just that's what this comes down to for me personally. And like, because you look at all these other upper echelon, fullbacks, Theo Hernandez, Alphonso Davies, someone else give me another one quickly before I forget. Trent. Right, they all have very wiry bodies. You know what I mean? They're very skinny frames. They got the engine to go up and down constantly. And everything like that. And that also means that they, when they try to defend, they do get outmatched sometimes physically because of the fact of how their body is essentially built. Whereas you look at your boy Reece. Reece he's got a very muscular build. He's a short guy too. So then it doesn't help either.
No. It doesn't at all. Poch did come out and say this, by the way. Pochettino says injuries are too much for him to build something solid. Sanchez and Cucurella are now injured.
I think we need to talk about this, by the way, because I think Scott said this earlier. He started an injured goalkeeper.
Yeah, which I listen. I do have to give. This is only a little bit of leeway that I'm giving to Poch. I still want him out, but there is so many injuries in this team right now.
I don't
so
care.
Many
injuries. Marshall, we're not giving him leeway. We're not giving him leeway. We're not doing this bullshit. I don't care.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe beat us 4-1 with more injuries.
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's not even that.
Key players,
it's not
though,
that. It's not that. I forget the injuries. He said here that injuries are too much for him to build something solid. Ange Postecoglou beat a Newcastle team today with arguably, in my opinion, their most important player in injury. Best centre back for injury, and they beat that Newcastle team 4-1. Fuck the injury nonsense. Newcastle beat us with a 17-year-old in midfield and a right back, a left back, and without their starting centre back, all through injury. Stop talking about injuries. Injuries happen in football. You might have more than you normally. That's fair, but injuries happen. Also, look at the people we've had injured this season. Chilwell, who's injury prone. James, who's injury prone. And Nkunku, injury prone. Fofana, injury prone. Outside of that, Carney was an impact injury. Can't really do anything about that. Outside of that, these are not injury prone. It's not really injury prone players, but that's 4 injury prone players that are injured, right? You can build something. You can still build in training. It pisses me off this excuse about injury. No other team in the league has them. Forget that. Liverpool a couple of seasons ago had injuries, and they still finished 5th, 6th.
No, they finished 3rd above us. They finished third.
He's had quite a few, Nkunku has had quite a few injuries like recently. Like he went a long period and then he had like a short period. I think we had quite.
He got injured in World Cup training. I remember.
Bro, it's like Jez says, it's such an easy excuse, and it's just an excuse of underperforming.
Yeah,
Bunch of bollocks.
Oh, well,
Listen,
why do us big clubs? Hang on, Ahmed. Why do us big clubs have these rich owners that are supposed to build these 25 to 30 man squads? Like what? You know, this is why we're supposedly big clubs, because we're meant to be able to handle the rigors. And the worst thing is there aren't even the rigors of playing more football because we're not even in Europe. So
We play
it's
once
just
a week.
excuses.
Yeah, and also like you talk about Santos Cucurella being injured now. If they were fair enough to play the game, then they were fair enough to start. So
No. Cucurella got injured mid-game. Sanchez he hurt his knee at United.
He rolled his ankle,
No,
I think.
but I'm saying before the game. You know what I mean? He was saying that Sanchez had an injury before the game. So I'm like him. If you had the injury before the game, why not just leave on the bench and bring on Petrovic?
That's what we're asking. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
Cucurella,
gotta
bro.
admit. Go ahead.
Cucurella, bro. If he was Cucurella, he got hurt mid-game, innit? But you got Matson, bro. Play Matson in the left back row.
And he
Play him in
did
the
towards
right.
the end. It was too late.
Too late, or am I too late?
85 minutes.
Yeah, he decided.
But even that was forced.
Actually, right back.
That was forced
Yeah.
because he had to move to Sassy right back, which meant that there was a centre back spot open, and Colwell was the only other guy that could play centre back.
By the way, to address this comment real quick, you can't. I don't know if you did, Mully. I'm not saying you did, but I know Chelsea fans are already doing this. You can't have this argument about Elise and then in the same tone say you want more experienced players in this team. So it's either one or the other. I'm just
No,
saying.
you can.
Elise-
It's what
Yeah.
it's what experienced player you look at. Like you can't argue about.
Elise would be a good fit for this team.
Oh, no, but the thing is with Elise, right? We
I
didn't
think
go and get
if I
Elise.
went out,
We went to get. We got Palmer instead, who you'd argue is better potentially, but he's also less
Yes.
injury prone, and has arguably since he's come in been our best player. So like,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Hasn't Palmer scored
but-
like 5 goals and like, I don't know, 2 assists?
Yeah, no, he's been good. Listen,
Oh,
I'm not complaining about Palmer and all this and that. I get that, 100%. I agree. But my point is though that people are arguing, which I also am starting to not really agree with this argument that we need more experience in this team. But people are arguing that we need more experience because these young players don't necessarily have the mentality to go out on that pitch and consistently perform like they should. And Palmer is included in that statement as well, as we saw with the Man United game. So an Elise maybe can do a job and does have the mentality. But I disagree with that statement too, because in a fully fit squad, the only inexperienced positions in this team are striker and right wing. Sterling plays the left wing, experienced player. And Gugu plays 10, experienced player. In the midfield, are you really going to replace who in the world that plays midfield are you going to replace with Caicedo and Enzo? Those would probably be your go-tos. At left back, Cucurella or Chilwell, experienced players. In the center back position, Thiago Silva, Disasi, Badiashile, Wesley Fofana, you would say those guys are experienced players. And then in right back, you have Reece James, experienced player. So the argument of experienced player, I think, is in the bin.
Just more excuses.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, guys? Yeah, under Potter, we had our defense here was not as bad as it is. Even to an extent, the midfield that we have right now wasn't as bad as it was. But yet, Mr. Mauricio Pochettino, the guy that
I would say our attack's better though, for sure.
No. I'm talking about the two positions that we were actually solid in,
Yeah.
and that we should have continued to be solid in because how many players did we add really? Only Disasi is the only guy we added who's actually been pretty decent in my
In the
opinion.
midfield, we had a Caicedo.
And we added
Do
Caicedo.
you know what I see as well? Yeah, I'm going to compare Potter at his worst and Pocher at his worst. Potter, we still create chances with Potter.
Yeah,
That is
bro.
There's
Like-
times I don't think we didn't create enough
I
I
don't
chances.
think
even
today it's the worst
At the
performance.
end.
Like attacking wise, today might be the worst performance I can remember.
Yeah.
Attacking in Chelsea.
I like Chris. I think to your point, yeah, we may have scored more goals, but I don't. Our attacking patterns are not as good. I don't feel like we've been consistent creatively either. You know, with Poch. So like it's an ongoing issue, bro. It's an ongoing issue.
I'd like to know what a Graham Potter Chelsea would have done against a Spurs team that had 9 men and played on the halfway line. I think they probably would have done quite well against that.
I think the scoreline wouldn't be much different. So we had a ton of chances that game. The problem wasn't that game. We was missing a lot.
But this is what I mean, Chris. We've had games like this season where we had a team that was basically inviting us to score. We didn't have that last season under Potter, so you have to take those games out of the equation if we're comparing it fairly.
I'm not sure what how it goes by win percentage or whatever goes between the two managers. I couldn't stand Potter. I just couldn't stand that guy. Wait, you reckon Potter's lower?
Maybe not. But
I think it's pretty. I think it's obviously shit versus shit right now. Obviously, they're both in the mud right now with results. If Poch does get more time, obviously, I don't think he should after Sheffield if he loses that game. But if he does get more time, then he has to obviously step up and obviously get into that top 6 at least. I think top 6, top 7. I don't know, somewhere in Europe anyway, because this is where the ownership wants to get to. And if they can't get that, then they have to make decisions like sack rid of the manager. And obviously
he needs to go on a run of games though. And do we see that happening?
Have you seen this news? Apparently the club have not released anything 6 hours, no pinned comment, nothing like that. I don't know. People are expecting.
I hope that's the admin just reading the room.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah.
Never, but even when he used to lose, they'd always just put it out there. So I don't know. Maybe.
Well, they put the graphic defeat for the Blues, whatever.
But that was the
general.
last tweet. Yeah. So.
Yeah, nothing since. And to be honest, read the room. No one wants to see anything.
I think
I don't want to read any of that bullshit. I don't want to read any nonsense PR. I can't be fucked.
Exactly. Scott, what you were saying about the injuries in Nkunku and then Chukwuemeka, all these long-term injuries. This is just back to the medical team. Do you know this is a different medical team to what we had last year?
Ahmed, Ziad, I don't blame the medical team. I blame the manager. How have all of our or most of our injuries happening in training?
Well, I mean, Nkunku, a pre-season match. I think
no, but Nkunku, Nkunku, no. Carney's had a setback. Carney initially was a impact injury, but has had a setback. Badishile had multiple setbacks. Lavia's had setbacks. That was also in training. The knee injury was in training. What else? You had
Chalobah had a setback.
Chalobah had a setback. Was also in training. I'm trying to think of the other ones.
Setbacks
was in training. Leslie was in training.
Yeah,
he was substituting on Malo Gusto with a knee strap on.
Yeah. Can I say
that was just that was just tape. That's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know the stat that and I think in Poch's first season under Tottenham they had over 60 injuries. So it is clearly. Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
I think we brought it up before. The Dele Alli quote where he was like, "I felt finished at 23."
I did not know that was the case.
Yeah, it was. So
setbacks don't necessarily mean it's directly from Pochettino.
No, but we know at the very least his style of play is very, very grueling in it. We know his style of his training is very grueling. We know that he does a lot of the stuff like high intensity, high work, etc., etc. So clearly that's gonna have an effect on the player if they're already playing that sort of.
Like I said a bit ago, I think this is just a lot of assumption and guessing. I'm not gonna lie. This is none of this is we know for sure, which is why I think it's difficult to.
But I hear you, bro. But as a fan, bro, we can only go off so much, bro. We can only go.
At least we're explaining ourselves.
Yeah,
with showing reasons.
Yes.
You're going off your opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry,
bro.
You're going off what you think happened.
I mean, it's better than what most Chelsea fans are doing and are automatically making assumptions of what's going on in the pitch and all this and how things work, all yes man and all this mentality. Listen, at least we're explaining our logic, which
but the
that's
thing
just
is
kind of what Chelsea YouTube is,
But the thing is, SOS LWW, if I've said your name correct, is that we're not saying the training shouldn't be hard, but what we are saying is that if the training is having an effect on them such that they're getting injured, then that should be
they're overloading them or overworking them.
Maybe, that might be the thing we were saying. That's all we're saying, bro.
It could be.
But
then again,
we don't know. We never know.
Again, we don't
never know. We don't know. But
But
at the same time, last season, the problem was undertraining.
Bro,
if you guys remember.
I know, but the point we're trying to make, Ziad, is that if there is overloading going, if there is that sort of stuff that's going on, right? Because look at the amount of injuries we've had in training. Madueke got injured in training. Ugochukwu been injured in training. The guys that are trying to come back here to full health have had setbacks from maybe the intense training they're giving them, so we don't. That's all we can go from, if that makes sense. We may be wrong. Listen, I could be wrong for what I know, and I'll put my hands up to that.
Yeah. No one knows. Bro.
But I mean, going back to this conversation, right? What started was talking about Reece James. How
Should be captaincy, bro.
okay, that's that. I think that's an easy choice across the board. I think we all agree. I don't think he should be captain anymore.
Yeah, but who?
By the way, can I ask a
Is
favour, Mark?
anyone and should be
Like,
captain?
Can you take these fucking comments off my screen? This fucking this mentality this man has brought to this fucking
Which is why, Scott, I said those comments worry me more.
We're 5 months removed. We are 5 months removed from this man talking about we have to win.
Bro,
He said top four was the bare minimum.
This is.
He said that. He said that.
Yeah, Oliver, remember what I said to
I
you?
had it ready, Oliver.
There we go.
Guys, remember?
Bare minimum.
Hey, Marshall, guys, do you remember what I was saying to you when he was making
Oh
these quotes?
God! Oh.
Please stop making these quotes, Poch. Yeah, we all know
Yeah.
this is not true. A few months, yeah, when we got through these up and downs.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
But then guess what happened?
Listen, man, we were
I
all
like that
fooled.
top
That
man.
preseason, that
Even-
preseason fooled us all.
Wait. That guy had it right there. Whoever said Chelsea won't be top 7.
Hey, big up OA player like Anthony.
I think that's not even a Chelsea fan.
Oh, probably not. But no. Like what I was saying, going back. Obviously, Will, you were gonna say something. What were we gonna say about Reece? The captaincy.
I wouldn't have given him the captaincy to start with, so I wouldn't strip him of it because who are you going to give it to? Gallagher? No.
Anyone.
Who?
I mean, Gallagher's more
Sanchez,
available.
bro.
if
I don't know.
anything.
Sanchez.
Not a suitable.
Thiago Silva doesn't want it.
See, Thiago is a leader.
And Poch doesn't want anyone that can't speak English.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Oh, get this guy out.
I'm not worried about the captaincy though, because in all honesty, outside of Thiago Silva, yeah, it's the least of my worries. What I'm more so concerned about, what I more so want to discuss is what happens to Reece James going forward. Are we at a point now where we need to, if he, let's say he refuses to go to get the surgery, which I have huge inclination to think he's going to refuse the surgery. Is it time to get rid of this guy?
Can I just say, I just know
not for me. Not get rid.
Out report right now for Ivan Fresneda and Frimpong. I can just see it in his eyes right now. He's getting these scout reports up for all these right backs. He's going to be saying, "I told you so." I know Ahmed.
Ahmed's always like, "I'm there to tell you so," and that's fair enough. But
You know what? For me, yeah.
and that's
Listen,
whatever.
you know,
I'm just the one talking about Fico, man.
Listen. You know what my job is, isn't it? You know the job that I actually do in IRL. So
Yes.
I know
Sure.
when this job, yeah, I need to know, yeah, if there's going to be any risk occurring in anything. So that's why, for me, yeah, when I look at Chelsea, I identify the risks, and I can most likely see that it's going to happen. But the difference with me, I have to make sure I mitigate those risks. But the problem with the club is they're not mitigating this risk. They're not mitigating it at all. They didn't trust Kukurea to begin with, and yet they're playing him now regularly. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, what's that about, bro? They don't want Gallagher to be here. He's probably gonna get sold in January. Mark Roberts, Gallagher's getting sold in January, but yet we're playing him regularly.
He could definitely get sold if they offer.
I don't see January, but
if they worth
unless you get a good offer, yeah. If we see like 45, 50 million, and, and Gallagher accepts as well.
They're going to offer him a contract of what the club think like he's worth to them. And
how
Gallagher
much is he even on a week? Is he on even more than 100k a week at the club? I don't think he is he?
No, he's not. He's on
I doubt it.
Yeah,
but like he's probably on a similar contract to what like Mount was and them lot before they got the big.
Gallagher.
Yeah.
But like the thing I'm trying to, at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of issues that I could see. Yeah, regular fans can see with just their eyes. Yeah, and like they're not solving it, bro. And like you look at the left back situation. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like to like to compare about the Lewis Hall thing. Yeah, but if you think about it, right now, Lewis Hall probably would have been a starting for left back.
Yeah, probably.
Oh Jesus Christ, probably.
You know what? I'm saying to you? Like, if I listen, I don't like to. At the time, I was getting pissed off at the time when people get angry about that. But realistically, he would have been the starting left back right now. We wouldn't have to.
People were pissed off about it, but it's
yeah,
I don't want to get rid of him.
Yeah, but like obviously that's happened now, and the reality of the situation is, yeah. Look at Chilwell. Sadly, it looks like Chilwell, bro. Just like Reece
He looks
James.
washed.
It's not even just that he just looks washed. He had really 2 bad back-to-back injuries. He had another. He's now had another bad injury that he's coming back from recently. So it's not looking good for him too. So like
He didn't get 2 ACLs today. Like he wasn't
No,
that
no, no.
lucky to get 2.
No, he had the
what was-
ACL then Achilles. He had ACL then Achilles.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
You remember? So the thing.
No.
But that's the one thing with.
What was that the injury that he got then? It was the other one.
Wait, you talking about Chilwell?
Hamstring.
Yeah, we're talking about
Chilwell had the ACL and then 2 hamstrings.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
Hamstring,
Achilles.
okay.
Yeah, he didn't do it. Achilles.
2 out of his 6 hamstrings.
Misinfo.
Go on,
But the point I'm trying to make here is that you've got 2 very injury prone now fullbacks. We could have arguably kept one fullback, and then Kukure. We could have actually used Kukure as the lone guy, and just kept Moran and put him into the developmental squad. Why did no one think about that?
Why aren't you manager Chelsea yet, man?
I prefer not to speak on that one. No, I'm saying to you, but
I'll be saying Ahmed out in 6 months anyway. Don't worry.
Hey, listen, I can handle the pressure. You know what I'm saying? I will handle the pressure.
You can't even go to Chelsea virtual team.
Robin, you would have benched Sterling from the jump.
You know what I mean?
You would have had Foley walking into the locker room like, and you benching him? What are you talking about, Ahmed?
Listen,
You would have sold him. You would have sold him in August, Ahmed. You wanted to sell him in August.
To be fair, I would rather
This guy, yo.
I would Ahmed. I would rather you be manager than Jose Mourinho. Yeah. So
Listen.
Oh my day! I can't believe you said that on stream.
Can I just say this quickly? Yeah, can you speak of Sterling, bro? That
Big up,
trend
bro.
from Sterling today, yeah, that's stuck for a
No.
while. The hairline,
You
yeah,
can't
was-
talk. Wait.
Don't talk about
You
hairline.
can't talk.
Listen, look at my
No,
one.
that
yeah,
was
look at
bad.
my one.
That was bad. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
yeah, you don't try. Yeah.
Ahmed,
Yeah,
yeah,
wow.
Sterling's man bun today was wild. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, man,
I think it's that Sterling.
crazy. That one was nuts, bro.
Can I
You know
pull
what
up
I
a
mean?
picture?
Oh,
Let's see if
you
I
can
can find a
put
picture of
you can find
Sterling's fucking man bun today. That was horrible. That's probably the
Oh,
worst part of the
my.
game. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, if it was up to me, Sterling, bro, Saudi Arabia, salam alaikum, akhi. You know what I mean? Time for you to whatever.
You know.
Quite literally, no cap, bro.
Oh,
No
Jesus
cap,
Christ.
I think we need to.
bro. No, but like, on the Mourinho point, yeah. Listen, I need to speak about Mourinho. If I see this, my brother at Chelsea,
Jose Mourinho.
Astaghfirullah, man. You know
I've
what I
been
mean?
singing his name, man.
We need to have a crusade
Scott
on
calling
Chelsea.
for Mourinho.
We need to have a crusade on Chelsea. No cap. Like today,
You
bro.
don't mind
I saw.
Mourinho?
I saw. No,
Can I
listen,
say something? about
one
that?
second, Chris. I saw today's game. Did you see today's game? Me, Chris, and Oliver watched today's game. Yeah.
I didn't
No, I
watch
watched
it.
This guy.
Ahmed, not Chris.
It was Will, not Chris.
Sorry, Will. My apologies, Will. Will,
I see
Oliver,
it.
and me were watching it. It was like watching like a Hollywood movie, bro. The way it was like crazy. The stuff that was going on. Lukaku red card. The other guy that some other young kid red card. Like they
Seems
were
like a fun
playing a style of play, yeah. That
Hey,
oh
in
God.
fairness, he made Lukaku run more than he ever did at
He
Chelsea.
made Sean Dyche.
Just for that tackle alone.
Listen, he makes Sean Dyche look like he's playing expansive football, bro.
Wait, Lukaku
That's
got
how-
sent off.
Yeah,
he
he
did.
slide tackled a guy on the left wing or
what?
whatever.
Yeah, I saw that face, man. He was not looking happy.
To be fair, like they scored a good goal, Roma, but then when Dybala got injured, it was game over.
Is it a bad injury? What he got? Do you think? I didn't see it. So
He's out for 3 months. He's out for like 3 months. I'll be real.
Are you talking about Dybala's injury? Ooh, geez.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Chris, that's another L we need to hold.
Dybala,
No, it's not. It's not
yeah.
another L. It's not. It's
No,
not
it
an L. What? Dybala being injured? He's just played a month for the Serie A.
You wanted this guy. Oh,
Let's not undermine his quality. He is obviously like.
He's a
fucking
very
good.
good. Joe.
no, I'm not undermining the quality. I just
I think
it would have been a disaster at Chelsea.
Yeah, the injuries.
Yeah.
I still would have taken him for how cheap he was before.
Two
12 million.
Premier League tackles, and he's out for 6 months, bro.
What?
2 Premier League tackles and he's out for 6 months, bro. Love and trust. Dybala.
But yeah, Roma had like one shot on target all game, and got dominated by Fiorentina.
Yo, can I just say I've got a better hand than Sterling, bro. Damn.
I
I have a
don't
better
know.
hand than Sterling. Yeah, man, I got a better hand than Sterling,
It
man.
does seem like Sterling stretching with his head. Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He's done something
Listen,
at the
come
front,
on, man.
call it. But yeah, like I don't know. Benching Sterling, I don't know if I would have benched Sterling today. Like,
Listen, Sterling, bro. Listen, Saudi's waiting. You know what I mean? A little bit. America is waiting too. You know what I mean? You know, what's another country that's got a lot of money? That
Qatar.
I know.
running out. Qatar is waiting too. Let's not forget about that. Listen, you got freedom.
what's that country?
Free Sterling, man.
No, China. You know what I mean? Talented Chinese,
Ain't
buddy.
got money.
You know?
China, man, they run out of funds for football.
Money.
Talented.
They run out.
Hit the clubs, man.
Hey, man. South America.
Spent all their
living it,
money
man.
on drones to observe their citizens, man.
Fair enough.
Dang, fake news.
So,
Conspiracy theory hat time. Don't come to Casually FC for political news, please. Just for Chelsea opinions or football opinions. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's what
I guess the other thing to talk about. Cheers. Yeah, I'm on my third round 3. This is what Chelsea's done to us. Yeah, Jack and Cock for
I don't know.
Yo, I need to explain.
Yo.
Need to explain that, bro.
I was just saying, you can't just say that out of nowhere, bro. Oh.
Hey, read the private chats. Read the private.
Well,
No, I know.
I
No,
don't see nothing
I read the
chat,
private
so-
chat. I'm saying you can't just say that on stream, like, with, hey, yo.
Okay, fair enough. I had the sound effect ready. Okay, but what are the thoughts now that Sanchez is likely to be injured, and we're gonna go with Petrovic now? Nothing to lose, right?
I mean, considering
everyone and their mum wanted it, so you got it.
True. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Everyone wanted Petrovic, and
Wait, context for that, brother. Context, because people
I wanted
that,
Petrovic in the cup.
I'm not even one that really cared if Petrovic played or not. But the people that wanted Petrovic in obviously wanted him to get minutes before he was rushed in due to injury, like in the cup.
Oh, that's not how life works, mate. They can hold that.
No, like playing in the cup competitions is reasonable. Like he should play at least like a couple games,
Yeah.
like against the easy opponents like Wimbledon or whatever the team is.
no, I think with Wimbledon he didn't have his visa or his permits or whatever. But against Blackburn Rovers he was available.
Yeah, Blackburn Rovers. Okay, that's
Okay, do
another
you know what it is? Like, and this is someone who wanted to see Petrovic play like earlier in the season. I don't care now. Like as Maldini said, I don't care. Like,
Yeah, I mean the way he
It's
punched
like-
the ball out for the second goal, not convincing.
like not even that.
It
Like,
was
say he
pretty bad.
plays well, and if he's playing well, it's because we're having a million shots taken against us every game. It's like, and as long as he like, bro, the only thing that he could be better than Sanchez at this point, where I'll be like, okay, that's good, is distribution. And I'll be real,
Yeah.
if he just makes a pass out to a player, he's already better than Sanchez in terms of
He actually
distribution.
made a good pass
But
to
at
him.
the end of the day, like, I just don't care, man. Like, I just don't care. Like this manager and his team has sucked all enjoyment and all like, just hope
Don't
and
let
just
them ruin your
excitement.
Christmas, Scott, man. Don't let them ruin your Christmas, man.
It's like what I said earlier. At this point, I've just got to criticise Pochettino for playing him injured.
I just mean for this season, man. I just mean for this season. I just mean like, bro, like unless this manager gets sacked, or like even if we were to like, we could sign Osimhen tomorrow, and there's a part of it wouldn't care.
Bro, we're gonna beat Sheffield, man. Calm down.
Wow.
Okay, I have to ask you the same exact question, Ziad, that I asked Chris. What gives you the confidence in Chelsea to know that we're gonna beat
It's fucking
Sheffield?
Sheffield United, bro.
Exactly.
Bro, it's Everton today.
Hey,
They
we-
were Newcastle injury prone yesterday.
No,
You
come
only
on.
beat Brentford, by the way.
We
Not-
could go for it.
Nottingham Forest only away win this season was against us.
Oh, one second. Oh, guys, guess what, man? It's just Nottingham Forest. Guys, it's just
Yeah.
only Bournemouth. You know what I mean? Guys, it's not only
No, Bournemouth. No. Sheffield United.
Only
they're
Sheffield
20th,
United.
Come on.
You have to calm down, bro.
We struggled to break down Wimbledon.
Let's keep it real, man. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
you
like
guys
the
are just
whole-
so
whole
tapped, yeah.
team,
That's what you're
team.
making me do, man. You know,
Wait, you
speak
guys,
realistically.
you guys just Chris and Ziad. I agree. I think we might actually hit the 3 in a row. Just not the 3 in a row you talked about because you're still wrong.
It's
But the
about
3 in a row.
shit how good or bad we play. Just get 3 points, bro. And move on, man.
Wait, the only 3 points we're getting, yeah.
We
it's
know,
really
but
different.
okay. I'm sorry, but we
Well,
should.
Ziad, I
be
agree. I don't care how
expecting-
shit we play, but I want 3 points. Go ahead, Chris.
We
I'm sorry.
should be expecting 3 points against Sheffield United. I can't even tell you one player from that team at this point, really.
They've got
And
Robert-
Oh
are we playing
my
Newcastle in the
God.
cup?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to beat that. I just, oh my God, because it hit me. Like, I went back in time a year from today, and I recall Scott literally asking this question. Guys, where are we getting our next points from? And I feel the same
Well,
exact
Should
way
be Sheffield.
right now.
I mean,
I feel the
the
same
thing is,
exact way.
even if you want to say Luton, look at the way Luton are playing at home.
Oh, shit,
they look formidable.
Aston Villa?
I can't lie. I'm confident we beat Palace at home.
Oh no, we haven't. We're looking at one.
Yeah, we haven't lost to Palace in years. Like, if we lose to them, that's a new low.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
man. Oh, the
Hey,
Eagles
hey,
are coming.
just wait.
The Eagles are
Last
circling,
one.
man.
Unless they sack Hodgson and they have a new manager bounce, we'll beat Hurst.
Well,
Bro, era's
we
come
got
to an
Wolves and
Era's
Sheffield.
come to an
mate.
end, bro.
As a great man once said,
Yeah,
era's
all
come
about
to an
it.
end.
Era's come to an end, bro. Era's come to an end. You know what I mean? Listen, United, they lost the woman for the first time ever. Listen, Crystal Palace.
Who's the last person that said that? Eric Ten Hag, man. Don't quite Eric Ten Hag.
Exactly.
Listen. Poch is moving like Eric Ten Hag right now. Poch is moving like Eric Ten Hag. So,
He's
hey,
moving
Worse than Aaron Ten.
He's moving. He's moving worse. He's getting less. He gets less pressure from the media over it.
I literally just told Flawless today, like, we were in the trenches with you guys, but we've moved out. We've moved next door. We're building a burial at this point.
we're not in the trenches. We're in no man's land. We're just standing in no man's land.
We're in limbo. We're T-posing in limbo.
Yeah, we're in no man's land. We got machine guns. We're in no man's land. We got machine guns aimed at us. We are not good.
Listen, yeah, we got the British shooting at us. We got the Germans shooting at us.
Yo,
yeah,
back your team, man. What's your problem, man? Back your team.
Ziad, listen.
Are you proper Chelsea?
We are proper. Ziad, we are proper Chelsea. Yeah, we are proper Chelsea.
Who's we? Hang on, who's we?
Okay.
Listen, we.
I am proper Chelsea, but I am realistic proper Chelsea, innit? You know what I mean?
No, that don't count, man. You gotta be proper Chelsea, man.
Listen,
Listen,
Listen, I'm gonna let the man them know when the bad times are coming. When the bad times are coming, the bad times are coming.
Man, you're not proper Chelsea, man. You gotta be proper Chelsea.
All right, man. Listen, don't worry, man. If that means going to the stadium in minus 10, 25 degrees, hey, I've been there before.
Fucking 11 hours to Manchester to see that shit, bro.
Bro, you're an idiot. That's why.
You're an idiot, bro.
You really did that, Ziad?
Yeah, 5 hours, 5.5 hours there, 5 hours.
Jesus
Christ. Ziad's got too much hope in his heart, man. Ziad's got too much hope in his heart, man.
Bro, I swear to God, me and Lewis were on the way. I was like, bro, I got this. We got a good feeling, bro. We got a good feeling.
Listen,
I know we started hearing traffic, and I was like, bro, is this a sign for us to turn around? And he said,
listen,
bro,
I listen, Dorian, man. I just go home games, innit? You know what I mean? The bridge, stay at the bridges, they say. But no, on a serious note, man. Chelsea, bro. You know, I was thinking about this morning. I told Oliver this and Marshall. You know, I grew up on the greatest era of Chelsea. You know, 04, 05, 09, 010 era. You know, all of that stuff. I've seen it all, man. There are some guys, you know, they've never seen their club reach that. They've never in their whole life. They've never seen their club reach that, you know, point in their whole life. You know, maybe
bro, we got Arsenal fans flexing shit they haven't even seen.
Like for me, maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe, man. Maybe we've just, you know, maybe this might be the beginning, the end.
Bro, it's like me flexing my great granddad's for Rolex, bro. Like, all right, man, good one.
No. What do you mean? Bro. I was 6 to 7 years old when 05 happened. So for me,
I'm talking about Arsenal.
Oh, fair enough. But like the point I'm trying to make, maybe we've just seen Chelsea's greatest era, and now it's the sad decline. You know, there's also. We're about to see the worst now. You know what I mean? From every high, we're now hitting the low period now.
Ahmed, I thought maybe like last season was gonna be a blip and just like one bad season, but now we're going for that other like just two bad seasons.
But listen, you know, of course, as a fan, you have to contemplate. Yeah, as a fan, you have to contemplate. Maybe this is the beginning of the end. Maybe.
Well, yeah, as long as you don't accept it, that's the thing.
I did have that thought. I had that thought. I think either to like at some point today, there was a thought that I did have a thought of like, are we the next Nottingham Forest?
Bro, honestly, bro, it feels like, you know what it is, Scott, bro. Like it feels like to me, bro. Like it felt like that, bro. Today, for some reason, like when I woke up this morning,
if they don't sack this manager in time, it will be the next Nottingham Forest.
I just saw Puma finish like that. Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't know.
I swear to God, I even forgot we were playing today in the morning.
This morning, bro. No, I didn't even.
Away next year if we get relegated.
Bro, I was literally watching the game on my phone and just had like went out to eat, literally. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't be bothered to go and watch that game. It's just, you know, it's honestly, bro, it's worrying. I would definitely say it's worrying, bro. But like, is it fixable? Yes, but like, I don't know if the fix is coming, boys. I just don't know if the fix is coming.
You know what I just thought of? We could just start watching Strasbourg. We could just change this channel to a Strasbourg channel.
No.
Are they doing? They're not doing much, are they?
They're
worse than us.
They're 15th or 14th, bro.
They're worse than us.
Ah, god damn it! Never mind.
Maybe it is.
But that's their reality, though. We picked them up in that position.
Yeah,
like we said.
Been like flirting with relegation, so it's not like they're not underperforming. That's Strasbourg.
Oh fuck! All right, well. I was trying to come up with another idea.
Bro.
So we can ease the depression.
Yeah, no, I know it's depressing, bro, but like sometimes, it is necessary for us as fans to have that, the open and necessary conversation that maybe, we're hitting
We're finished.
that trajectory. Yeah, literally, might be just finished, bro. Like I never in my life thought about that till today. I never thought in any of my time, even that when we were not getting brought and we were in that administration period. Yeah, I never thought we are finished. Until today. Well, I honestly, God, bro. I never felt like that. I don't know about you guys, but I've never felt like that in my life.
Wait, you
I'm
thought
thinking
about
about it more and more.
to Everton, which is a club that we've not had like great history with, especially.
No, I was saying this before Everton. Like this is before Everton. I was saying when I woke up this morning, was just relaxing. This is my early morning thoughts, bro. I just felt like I just felt that thought of, like maybe we are just finished.
Maybe.
You woke up like this?
I woke up, had my drink.
I think we might be close to finishing.
You have no excuse too, because the game for you was at 2. I had 9 a.m. I woke up at 9 a.m. I had the excuse of you had a whole day to dwell on this. You had all day to ponder. You had coffee. You had breakfast. You had lunch. Saw your girl. You still thinking about this, and now you brought this to stream. Oh my days!
We are finished.
Listen. I am someone who's likes to think deeply, about a lot of stuff.
Man sat in front of the lake.
Come on, Scotland.
So
looked at the ocean.
No, but bro, it's especially with what we're going through, man. These dark times, bro. Sometimes, bro, it's just real. We just got to accept it.
Sometimes I just feel like put my head up in the air.
You write this in your journal too. You sat in a tree.
I actually have
swung on a hammock.
I have a recorder, by the way, so I always what's it called? Record whenever I have thoughts.
Bro, you that guy from fucking Suits, bro. What's his name, man?
No, not like that. Chill out. No, but man.
Oh man, I don't know what else there's to talk about. We're just trash.
I don't know, man. What are your opinions, Marshall? Do you not think that, bro? Do you not think that maybe we could be reaching the end of the era, the end of the cycle, bro? Maybe.
Listen, I mean, listen. I feel like I refuse to accept what Scott said, which was, are we the next Nottingham Forest? I don't think we're gonna get relegated and we're gonna be a team of the past where we've won Champions League in the past and we were a great team, but now we're just like a championship team fighting relegation. I refuse to accept that, especially with the amount of money that can be injected into the team at any point. But I have come up with the thought that maybe we're going through a worse version of Arsenal.
We are fucking shit, see. We are fucking shit. We are fucking shit.
Arsenal or even Liverpool, for that matter, actually. I just think we're going through the same exact shit process. I still hold that unless we are actually fighting relegation, I still hold that the ownership, through good or bad, say what you will, I think they're still going to hold on to Poch until it's that bad.
Can we deep something for a second? We are Chelsea Football Club, and for the past season, we have been 10th. Can everyone just repeat that back in their heads? Can we just say that again? We are Chelsea Football Club, and we have been 10th for a whole year.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Nah, man.
Bro, that's not normal, bro.
This is therapy, bro.
Bro, we're now in our second season, bro, and we could be finishing for the first time in our history in the modern era. I'll preface in the modern era, back-to-back temps. We could, bro, or even back-to-back.
Guys, I'm gonna say that you're both wrong because we're 12th, right? We're 12th right now, actually. No, we're 12th.
No top 10.
We're not even in 10th right now.
No. But I'm saying that we could also be that we could be finishing a back-to-back 12th, Marshall. I don't know, bro. What do you think, Oliver, bro?
The thing is, it could be even worse because, I hate to say this, but some of the teams below us are starting to pick up steam, and they're starting to, look at Iriola at Bournemouth. They look like they were going to get relegated at the beginning of the season. They're starting to pick up now. Dyche's Burnley got hit with a 10-point deduction, and now they're on a very good run at the moment. And Gary O'Neill's Wolves are doing well. They're starting to score goals, which was their problem before. We're stagnating, and they're improving. So sooner or later, if nothing changes, we're going to be down there.
I just looked at Everton's form, man. Everton's actually one of the most important teams in the Premier League this season now. Like
Exactly, and that's what good coaching does.
And Liverpool.
That's what good coaching does.
What do you think, Will, bro? What do you think, Will, man? I'll be interested to hear your thoughts, bro.
Man just wants to hear everyone's thoughts.
Listen, I just want to get everyone's opinions.
We're going around the campfire tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, what is he saying, bro? Listen, I can't lie to you, man.
Listen,
I feel
man.
like, you know what it is, Marshall? Yeah?
This is my best friend right now.
To everyone, yeah, and
Will
everyone
ain't got
in the
hands
chat
to you,
and
Ahmed.
everything, like, I feel like, yeah, this
Oh, he's
season-
back.
Like Poch, oh, it's gonna be Andrew, isn't it?
No,
We've been crying for so long. Andrew made it back.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, you know, it feels like
I've done like an hour and a bit on another stream with you guys.
We're just we're reflecting on life on Chelsea, where we're gonna be as a club.
You know what it was?
We're having a
I
therapy
don't-
session.
Yeah.
I don't know if someone missed it yet. We were thinking, yeah, maybe this might be, Surfer, you know, this might be the end of the era, bro. It might
Yeah.
be we're finished, bro.
Did you use a high pitched voice because my lights in my house started flickering?
Yes, use a little bit now, tiny bit. No, but I just said
Hey,
we were making a joke that, you know, obviously that maybe, bro, you just might.
I don't
be
think it's a
finished,
joke,
bro.
Ahmed.
We're finished. Never over. Maybe just that, you know, the era's gone, and maybe it's just time.
Hey
Maybe it's
man,
over.
yeah, it's
Pack
only
bags.
hey, eras come to an end. Just can you build a new era? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Maybe we're going
We're
back
trying.
to where we should belong, you know, because the Roman thing was a whole, you know, it's a paradox. You know, Roman came and all of a sudden we went from. I can't do this.
Not the
seriously.
greatest team, but went to a very good team. Yeah.
You were in a relegation team.
No,
but,
no,
like,
no. We was fine.
We definitely weren't a competing in Europe team.
No, we
prior
actually
to
won
Roman.
We actually won FA Cup and stuff like before.
But maybe this is bringing us back to level. You know what I mean? Like,
We're not even competing for top 4. We're below that.
I think what everyone has to understand is that we're not the only billionaires in the thing anymore. And if you run right, overall you can achieve something. Villa's owners decided to throw away their project with Gerrard after a year. Newcastle are still under FFP stuff, so they're not spending a lot of money at this moment in time. You got Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool are up there. So, and Spurs got this new thing with Ange. So that's what 6 clubs, you know. And then it's not the top 4 race used to be, you used to knew who were the top 4 for like 10 years. You know what I mean? Because everyone else was sort of that. But now everyone wants to own a Premier League club because that's what, outside of US sports, the Premier League is the richest sport to get into. It just is. You know what I mean? So it's how you address that. You know.
We're playing that. Oh. Yeah.
yeah.
I probably should listen, bro. I probably shouldn't be singing my man's name, but listen, bro. I can't. I'm not living. Listen. I'm not
Be very
staying.
careful.
I'm not living in 15th place for the rest of my life, bro. I'm not having it, bro.
What are you gonna do?
What, join another club? You glory
I'll-
hunter?
I'll-
Switch
I will-
teams. You can go
I
to Villa.
will-
They have a lion on their logo.
Villa,
Be careful.
bro. Do me a favor, Villa, man. This Villa hype. Watch them be like 8th at the end of the season or some shit, bro.
Still be
No,
a
no,
couple-
no.
Still be better than us.
Yeah,
still
that
be
will be.
better than us,
12C.
I think Villa has a good chance of getting top 6 quite comfortable by the way it's going.
Well, the way they're going, they'll definitely finish in the top 4.
Bro, how are we this shit, man? What is this?
The manager,
No, I'm
mostly the
telling
manager.
you. Yo, Ahmed's got me into depression at this point, bro. Yo, what is going on? How are we 50? How are we, bro?
Ziad, has it just hit you? Has it just hit you, Ziad?
How?
Bro, it hit him like a truck. Bro, that hit him like a truck.
What is this, man? We're fucking Chelsea and we're 12th for the second season in a row. How?
Yeah.
How? I'm sorry. This ain't normal. bro.
That happened so
I'm
fast.
not having this.
If we're lucky,
I'm not having this,
we'll play
bro.
next season.
I will fucking invade office, bro. This is not going to happen. I'm not going to an era of Arsenal and Man United who will do nothing for 10 years. It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm not living the rest of my life winning fuck
Bro,
all
I'm
like
sweating
Arsenal and Man
right now.
United. It's not happening, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, we
Oh
might
my
win the
God.
Carabao Cup this year.
What is this, man?
Like someone in chat said, we
Fucking
might
hell,
win the
man.
domestic treble. The domestic double. You never know.
Yeah,
I wish we could win the domestic treble.
I just wish we
how are we?
football game.
Bro,
Can we
you know
win
when-
3 games in a row?
You know when it low-key hit me, yeah? It low-key hit me yesterday. I was watching Match of the Day, and they put the table up, and I didn't see us in the top. And I'm like, hold up, where's Chelsea? Is this like just didn't get it wrong or something? Every single year when I watch Match of the Day, I always see Chelsea there, no matter how bad or what we are. We're always there. Now we have to scroll down like 5 pages. Where's ridiculous, man? I'm sorry. I'm not.
I
we
ain't
can't
watched
be
Match
the-
Day for 2 years or something.
No,
like
we
that.
can't be the next Arsenal or United, bro. I'm
We're
not
actually
having it,
heading
bro.
worse than next Man United.
Nah,
now.
man, this is
We're heading
ridiculous.
worse. We're
Wait,
heading
wait.
worse.
Your Bowley, Pochettino players. I don't give a fuck who it is. Sort it out, bro. This is ridiculous, bro.
Hey,
Nah,
did you
man.
like Sanchez's performance today?
What the fuck did he do wrong, man? Give it a rest, Andrew, man. What did he do wrong?
What did he do wrong?
He made a few good saves as well.
What save he tried to do?
Listen, man, you know all crying for Petrovic. Let's see what he does in it.
I ain't crying
Concede 5 against
I'm
Sheffield
crying,
United.
for,
bro.
I'm crying for Coble or something. I am.
I think we're in for.
Yo,
I think some people in the fan
Davis,
base
man,
are in for a
Davis.
rude awakening with
Davis, don't
Petrovic. I'm not
disrespect
gonna
Match
lie.
of the Day, man. Don't disrespect Match of the Day, bro.
Don't get me wrong. Like I think Petrovic has potential, but he's not going to be as good as.
I have no
Sanchez.
expectations of Petrovic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None.
Nope.
I have none. I've never seen.
We're going
him
to see
play.
him for a while now.
I thought the MLS goalkeeper Serena we got was supposed to be the best goalkeeper, but apparently this guy's the best goalkeeper.
Oh
So
my
what was the
god, I
point-
forgot about
What was the
Slovenia.
point in buying Serena in the first place if he wasn't the best goalkeeper? But now we bought the best goalkeeper. And by the way, being the best goalkeeper in MLS is like me being the best Weight Watchers loser in a week. You know what I mean? It just doesn't matter. It's just,
Man,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do anymore, man.
you know what I mean? So, you know,
That is nuts, man.
Where are we?
or like Ziad speaking coherently on the street. You know what I mean? So,
Bro.
Oh my days,
Damn.
man.
by the way, your performance on Alaba was embarrassing. You
Bro,
know
we
that.
are 12th. We are 12th.
Oh yeah, I did see you on there, Ziad.
Embarrassing.
Bro,
Where
we
was
are
he?
almost 15th.
The Sam's channel, Donna Sam's channel.
Yeah, you were depressed.
Alaba.
You were depressed. Ziad was depressed.
Yeah.
Bro,
Not as bad as the
like,
Man City guy though. That was bad.
Yeah.
that stuff is. Oh, I don't know, man. We're fucking 12th, bro. And we're like 4 points off 15th. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bro, and my laptop is on 2%. Do I charge it and continue or do I go cry, bruv? I don't know what to do.
Why don't you
bro.
let us know it's on 12% because you'll probably blow up on the stream or something.
Man.
Why don't you have your laptop always in charge?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck knows,
Why
man.
don't you charge it when you're on stream so then you don't lose it? You deal with
Yeah,
it.
Oh my.
it's
days,
not
man.
desktop, man. You got.
Why is my performance embarrassing? Respect, Andrew. Hold on.
No.
What do you want me to say? I criticized Pochettino enough. What more you want me to say? Criticize his mum, bro. Like, what do you want me to do?
That's crazy, man.
Let's not do that.
Hey yo.
I think you should actually not use those blue lights anymore and use real lights. 'Cause I think the lights are going to your brain.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea are getting to my brain. Or let alone the fucking
Wait,
lights, bro.
what's wrong with blue lights,
How
man?
come you don't go on camera here but on that stream?
Because I don't want to spend 3 hours on 4 hours in one day on camera, bro. That's AIDS. Come on, man.
That's what?
Right.
Wait, where'd you spend the
Yo.
previous 2
Yeah, where
hours?
are you spending it? Yeah. Don't go
On
2
Hassam's
hours.
channel.
Yeah, that's only 2 hours.
Only 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
It's 24 hours.
It's only 2 hours.
Yeah, and I've been at work all day. Leave me alone, man.
You don't
Hey
work.
man, sometimes I spend 7 hours on camera, man. It's not. I get it.
Spinning that golf sign is not work. All right.
Oh, yeah, man.
Go stop.
What?
Oh my
This
god!
guy
All right,
was-
hey, listen.
Unbelievable.
I think we got to the point. Wait, who just joined? Oh, that was. Oh, okay.
We got
Oh, yeah,
zero.
this
Fucking
Wait,
hell.
what?
Jesus Christ.
Just gonna say we're 12 again.
He's bad enough.
Yo!
Which one's real?
I don't know anymore,
One
man.
on the left is real, I guess, and then one in the middle is just.
This one. I
Imposter.
think that. I
You
think I
got
did
it
it
right,
right.
Andrew, man.
Yes. All right. I don't know what else to talk about at this point because this game is just. This game was
Anyone like to
horrible.
discuss their worst Christmases? We could do that. If you want.
Where's Christmases?
Worst best
Oh,
Christmases.
man.
What do
Who's
you want for
live right
Christmas?
now?
Chelsea
That's
get
who's
handed a
live.
deduction point on Christmas
Ahmed,
Eve or
this
something like
Christmas,
that.
Now the Spurs, you guys
What do
still
you want
alive?
as a present this Christmas, Ahmed? What are you hoping Santa brings you?
Listen, I hope Santa can bring me a new comic book collection that I'm looking for, a new manga collection that I'm looking for, hopefully. So hopefully so, man. I listen. I've lost it with Chelsea, and I mean that my heart heart needs to find something else attached to now until Chelsea come back for me. You know, I'm
Have
just
you
gonna watch it.
considered
You know what I
F1
want for
Ahmed?
Christmas? You know what I want for
Red Bull.
Christmas?
Tapping the
You know what I want for Christmas? For Chelsea to use the fucking second kit already, the away kit.
Oh,
Where is that away kit?
Wow,
We've only
Marshall.
seen the mint and we've
I
only
don't
seen the home kit.
Guys,
Where is that
Richard
third
Marshall.
kit?
I don't
I just
care.
want to
Why are
see
you
the third
wasting a
kit.
Christmas on this team?
My thing is this.
Let's
Like,
go.
The cool third kit.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Why is it about which?
Marshall, I don't
kit-
care. Oh my fuck, bro. How is this finished?
We're fucking shit.
We're done, man. We're just here to make each other happy and laugh. That's at this point. We're not really here to talk Chelsea. We're just here to, you know, cope with the sadness.
Because Chelsea's over. We're over.
Yeah.
We really.
And then Ahmed had to come here with the end of an era talk, and now I'm thinking about it.
It
Like,
is-
fuck,
it is
man,
an
I
end
gotta
of an
start
era.
accepting.
Man,
I
Marshall,
gotta
bro,
start accepting these standards.
as your mate, you know what I mean, one of the guys
Marshall
here,
never
nice
said
guys
yours,
here.
mate.
Listen,
Yeah.
as one of your nice guys, as one of the nice guys here. You know, listen, I'm just comparing the man them for the
Call
reality.
yourself a
You
nice
see me
guy.
really? I'm a
You
nice
call
guy,
yourself a
man.
nice guy. Nice guys don't call themselves a nice guy. They just let other
Yeah, that's
people
pretty.
do it.
Very, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you're
pretty
not wrong.
much, yeah. Like,
Wow.
it's like a guy calling himself humble. They're not humble.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not humble. I want you to know I'm not humble.
I know, we know.
I'll tell you that.
No, we know you're not humble.
I'm a trust, I'm not humble. Hey, but listen, nice guy, definitely for sure, man. There you go.
All right. I think at this point we're ready to wrap up the stream. But big up to everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the content because at this point, if you don't laugh,
Fuck
you
off.
cry. Oh, you can fuck off as well. If you don't laugh, you fuck off or you
I was
cry.
about to say
So-
that, but I was like, maybe not, bro. But I was just said it's fine, bro.
Hey, it's okay. This is Casually FC, not serious YouTube monetization FC.
Hey,
Anyways.
down, it's not a family-friendly show, all right? If you're here
Exactly.
and you're watching this, that's your fault, all right?
Exactly.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
But big up, big up to
I swear.
everyone. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for smashing up that like button. If we can get it to 70 before we end the show, that'd be awesome. But big up to everyone as always. Smash up the like buttons. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We're on our way to 3K. Hit the bell notification so you are notified whenever we do go live. Check out the links down below in the description. Leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on everything we discussed today and what you think Chelsea's future looks like. And then also be sure, if you haven't already done so, to check out the memberships because we have 4 different tiers. And at the proper casual and higher tier, we give shout outs at the end of each show. So that's going to go out to OG Turbo Jesus, Dark, Scott, Adrian, Will, and A. Solomon. Thank you guys very much for your long and words are not coming to my head right now.
Hey, yo.
But
Hey, yo. What is
Hey, yo. Hey,
thank you for your support. Okay. But do be sure to check it out. All memberships start at 99p and then it goes up to 3 different tiers, but you get more at the proper casual and higher tiers. So big up everyone. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and listen. You might not like it, but the guy is awesome. I just met him the other day. Jacob at United Spurs of America is still live. He is a great content creator. He's a Spurs fan, but he's a great
Spam the
content
word
creator.
fraud in his chat. Say it's from me.
Spam the word
Say
fraud.
It's from the surfer. Winter surfer fraud.
And definitely either the raid message or fraud, whichever's easier.
Yeah, tell him stop
Let him
dancing
know.
as well, man.
Let them know where you're coming from. But big up to everyone. I'll see you over there on Jacob's stream. And as always, have a wonderful night. Stay casual. Peace.